There are no record number of Christians.
Where the hell's my mouse? Here it is. There we go. Alright, let's get these. Oh, wait, hold on. Ah! Alright, let's get it. Let's get warmed up.
This is my only chance to atone.
Woman in the Brotherhood of Steel? What?
What were
I'm
those
sorry,
things?
not the Brotherhood of Steel. No, not the Brotherhood of Steel. I don't know what they're called.
We shall risk everything for this.
How do we fight ghosts?
Then this war will last forever.
Begin the ritual.
The next wave of greenskins will soon reach our world.
The Emperor will see us through this.
That's really cool.
We will not abandon these souls. You have my word. Merciful Emperor.
Yeah, they're really trying to kick off Warhammer, aren't they?
The Primarch Reborn demands the impossible. They await your presence, my lord. He commands us to reconquer the 500 worlds of Ultramar. In the 10,000 years between his death and rebirth, how many worlds have been scoured by the archenemy? Devoured by the monsters of the hive mind? Sacrificed on the altar of Exterminatus? He is a demigod out of time, fighting for a golden age that can never dawn again.
Welcome home.
Oh.
Demetria Titus, Master of the Watch, Captain of the Second Company, Warden of Ultramar!
The Primarch Reborn demands the impossible. But only in death does duty end.
Oh, that's really badass. What? Damn, that's sick.
I'm still nothing compared to All Might. Bit by bit, step by step.
I didn't think I was gonna like this show. I actually love this goddamn show.
Until I become the greatest hero. The whole town is a training ground. You could really feel the scale of UA.
And so, the students of UA graciously became my beta testers!
Is that all right?
Got it. I won't hold back.
You can use the information you gather from people you talk to in order to find the Nomu's location and get a better understanding of what it's doing.
You need self-defense skills.
I see. I have to work a lot harder than the others.
In service of others, their existence is forgiven. Let's see if you're worthy.
We will fight, and we will win!
I'll shoulder the burden. Limits? Surpass them!
That's all I can do for now. Counting on you.
Plus Ultra!
What's up? It's a dog-eat-dog world. Which dog are you?
I refuse to let you have your way. I'll seize it.
What's the point
Damn,
of
so
restoring...
they must be like walking you through the entire series? That's really cool. I might actually play this.
This fake society.
So, hero, what do you want to do to me?
You'll never amount to anything in this world!
You were crying back there!
So keep cursing the weakness inside of you.
Wounded heroes really are the most frightening animals.
Not once in my entire life
Your fight is over!
have I gone into battle expecting to lose.
I won't allow you to hurt anybody else!
That looks really good,
こん
actually.
にちは。僕のヒーローアカデミアオールズジャスティスプロデューサーの宮崎青葉です。冒頭でお見せした映像は先日公開したアナウンスメントトレーラーとなりますが、い かがでしたでしょうか。本作は PlayStation 5、Xbox シリーズ XS 版が2026年2月5日に、そして Steam 版が2月6日に発売することが決定いたしました。各プラットフォームにてただいま予約受付中となります。さて、今回は本作でお楽しみいただける3つの大きな要素とゲーム内で体験できる各種モードの詳細を深掘りしてご紹介させていただきます。まずはストーリーモードです。現在アニメで絶賛放送中の最終決戦をゲームならではの視点、そして自分の操作を基軸に追体験することが可能となります。美麗なグラフィックと迫力ある演出で最終決戦の感動を余すことなく体験しながらお楽しみいただけます。続いてチームアップミッションです。デクをはじめとする遊泳高校1年 A 組の生徒となり、仮想空間を舞台にした演習任務に挑戦するモードとなっています。ゲームオリジナルのシナリオをベースに1年 A 組の生徒たちを仲間として集めてチームを編成し、ヒーロー活動を体験いただけます。またキャラクターそれぞれの個性を生かしたアクションで街中を移動することができるほか、個性を使って探索やバトルを効率よく進めることが可能となっています。多人数を相手にしたバトルアクションだけでなく、パルクール移動や探し物、そして熱いバトルなどさまざまなミッションを通してこのモードならではのオリジナルシナリオ、特別な体験をお楽しみいただけます。またチームアップミッション中は課された演習任務をこなしていく
Is there like a card game in the
メイ
game?
ンミッションに加え、街に点在するキャラクターとの会話やそこから始まるサブミッションも楽しむことができたり、街中に隠されたカードを探し集めてコレクションできたりと、さまざまな体験要素が盛りだくさんとなっております。先ほどのチームアップミッションをクリアすることで解放される2つのモードをご紹介いたします。まず1つ目はアーカイブスバトルです。このモードではボスでのデク、轟、イーダとステインとの戦いや、九州でのエンデバー、ホークスとハイエンドドームとの戦いといった原作を彩る過去の象徴的なバトルを追体験することができます。作中で繰り広げられてきた過去の激戦を追体験、おさらいしたいという方にご満足いただけるように開発を進めております。他のモードよりも歯ごたえのあるバトルや、このモードでしか体験できない特別な遊びもご用意しておりますので、ぜひ挑戦してみていただきたいです。そして2つ目はヒーローズダイアリーです。ここでは遊泳高校1年 A 組の生徒たちの知られざる日常を描いたゲームオリジナルのエピソードを、ちょっとした探索やバトル、パルクール移動などを交えつつボイス付きでお楽しみいただけます。デクと爆豪の訓練から
I actually do. I might actually play this, funny enough. This looks like it might be really good. There we go. I think they had already put the Normandy in, did they not? I think I have the Normandy. Shit.
The Avengers. Attack!
Hey guys, I'm not the Avengers' latest battle. Oh my gosh! So, Hawkeye, when are you gonna come on my all kitty cat live stream?
What the Not really a cat person.
Well, let's get to the plot twist! For my biggest live stream ever, cats versus Avengers.
Mr. Whiskers?
I want all the likes.
How do we stop them?
At your service.
And it's a cat.
I think I know some folks who can help.
That's weird.
The Cat Vengers.
What the fuck is this garbage? Hello? It's not bad enough it's Lego, but this? Come on.
No. See, that is a brand franchise violation, and we got a whole team of folks on the third floor of Avengers Tower that will not let you use that name.
Didn't realize you were such a cat guy.
We got one shot. Gotta make it count.
It's on basic cable.
What a weird movie. I mean, what a weird game. Whoa, okay. Canyons. Oh, it's literally a game where you play as a dog. That's kind of cool. Reach the tower. That's cool. We got any actual gameplay? You can bark. You know that annoying thing that dogs do that every dog does? Interesting.
To know how we got here. It began with one Raul Nicaraguan. To survive what's coming, we need to know how we got here. It began with one man, Raul Menendez, a Nicaraguan arms dealer turned populist.
Yeah, you guys gonna bring up that nonsense that happened in the last game where you had to go into a dream world and it turned into like some kind of weird ass like Blade Runner game?
Leader. His personal vendetta against the United States, unleashed through cyber warfare and global propaganda, sparked a second Cold War. The mission to bring him down spanned 2 generations. A job that began with CIA operative Alex Mason in the mid-'80s, leading to his death in 1989. The hunt continued in 2025 with his son, Commander David Mason. With the help of Frank Woods, the man who raised him after his father's death, David eventually stopped Menendez's plot to hijack America's drone fleet. But the damage was done. Menendez's supporters only grew stronger. Infrastructure collapsed. causing widespread chaos and distrust on a global stage. And out of the storm, new powers emerged. At the top of the list, the Guild, a former crime syndicate based in the Mediterranean city of Avalon that evolved into a global tech giant led by new CEO Emma Kagan. They vowed to bring humanity back from the brink, inspiring millions with the promise of peace. As the world still reels from these events, David continues to fight alongside trusted allies. David draws strength from legends who came before him, like Commanding Officer.
Boring! Man, come on, COD. Oh, is that it? Oh, damn, that's all the games. I wanted to watch this.
Life really
I'm
is
actually extremely hyped about this. I did find out that Arnold did indeed sign to bring Dutch back. That's why there was a cameo in Hunter Killer of Killers. I hope they can revitalize Dutch. Because it would absolutely be amazing to watch Arnold get back into the Predator series.
Of perspective. For example, your boyfriend isn't really a useless, effeminate pussy who makes your skin crawl, he's actually just redefining masculinity. And I'm not actually drunk right now, I'm just redefining sobriety. Or in this case, Predator Badlands isn't actually a goofy buddy comedy complete with cute animal sidekicks, an insecure protagonist with daddy issues who has to learn to connect with his emotions, weightless CGI combat scenes and wacky banter from a quirky android co-star that feels more like an aborted Mandalorian script than anything to do with the Predator universe. No, it's actually redefining what a Predator movie should be. Now, I can't say I was exactly bursting with anticipation when I went into this one, partly because the concept of a Predator movie told from the Predator's point of view felt like a fundamental betrayal of the very thing that makes them compelling, their mystique, partly because those CGI-heavy trailers with the horrible Predator redesign didn't do much to win me over, and
I wasn't a big fan of the look of this Predator either. I wish that they would bring back, like, the battle-scarred face with, like, all the little needles that were on their faces. I always thought that was so cool.
Partly because of early reviews from intellectual giants like Grace Randolph, who boldly gushed over the film's humanization of the Predator and a possible romantic relationship with a fucking androids. Stuff like this.
Oh my god, he actually talked about it! The Morning Glory... No! I was just about to bring that reference up. Oh my god.
Should be banned. Jesus, the amount of glazing this film's been getting on social media would have
I've been wondering, because I'm like, is this real?
I believe it's the best thing since the 1987 original. In fact, according to Rotten Tomatoes, it's actually better, and it's not even close.
It's all bullshit. All of it.
Fuck off, Rotten Tomatoes. This is why nobody listens to professional reviewers anymore.
Yup.
Whatever the cost of selling your soul to your corporate overlords, I hope it was worth it, you bunch of dicks. Anyway, let's talk about this unholy union twixt Predator and Disney, shall we? The movie
Is it because of Disney? Oh my god, dude.
It's off on the Predator homeworld, which funnily enough looks almost exactly like the other planet where the bulk of this film takes place. Hats off for the imaginative environmental design.
That's kind of crazy because I remembered in Alien vs. Predator's Requiem, the Predator homeworld was hot in climate like Cambodia, which is the reason why the Predator hunted there, and like LA, where the second film was. How is it that you've now decided that these two worlds are, you know, like, come on, guys.
Japs. Anyway, for that reason, I'm gonna call it generic.
Like, in the Predator Requiem scene, you could see the lava being everywhere. Like, we're talking, like, hot and humid.
Planet number 1, because that's all it is. This is also where we meet our main man, Deck, but henceforth I shall name him Lumpy because it gives me literally seconds of amusement and I need to take whatever wins I can get from this one. Anyway, Lumpy is preparing to go on his first hunt so that he can become a fully fledged member of his clan, but his toxically masculine dad has other ideas and instead orders his brother to kill him because he's the runt of the litter. The situation soon goes the way of your average Scottish wedding and Lumpy ends up crash landing on generic alien planet number 2, where his mission is to find and kill the Callisk, the most powerful and dangerous animal on the planet, and return victorious to generic alien planet number 1 so that he can take revenge on his toxically masculine dads. I mean, call me crazy here, but why not just go straight back there and kill him anyway? I mean, it's not like he's gonna have you back even if you do succeed. Ah, whatever. Let's just go with it so that the rest of the plot can happen. So generic alien planet number 2 turns out to be a hostile, danger-filled hellhole where literally every animal, plant and object wants to kill you. It's a bit like Australia, except the locals are more friendly. Anyway, this is where Lumpy runs into quirky android lady who was part of a Weyland-Yutani expedition to the planet until her team got attacked and torn apart, literally, by the Callisk. Oh yeah, and she can speak fluent Predator. How? Don't know. She makes some vague reference to other predators visiting the planet and talking to her, which makes no sense really because Lumpy's brother specifically said they don't go there because they're all afraid of the Callisk. Also, what are the chances that they'd land right in the very location where she just so happens to be and not just immediately kill her? Matter of fact, what are the odds that Lumpy would just so happen to run into her as well when he could have landed literally anywhere on the whole planet? This was all very lucky, wasn't it?
Oh man, the holes! You could see the holes!
Pretty soon they strike up a deal. Quirky android lady will help him find and kill the Callisk if he'll take her back to her base camp so that she can be repaired and rescued. And many wacky shenanigans ensue. They're even joined by a cute little alien named Bud who wants to be part of the gang as well.
I hate...
No way, dude. No way. There's a reason why it's not in the trailers, I promise you. That's crazy, dude.
So much about the things that you choose to be.
But can they hope to take down the most powerful killing machine in the universe so that he can finally confront his top...
You know what's crazy? Is that the predators hunt and kill. That's why they're called predators. They are the, like, essence of masculinity incarnated into an alien race. We're talking about the same alien that is willing to effectively blow itself up to take down its prey. And now we're hunting with little creatures and a fucking android. What is going on here?
Toxically masculine dad? Is quirky android lady hiding a secret from Lumpy? And what became of her sister Tessa, who also went missing during the expedition? The answer, of course, is who the fuck cares? Like I said earlier, your ability to enjoy Predator Badlands is all going to depend on your perspective here. If you're somehow able to forget the whole Predator thing and just see this film as a generic sci-fi adventure movie with light-hearted comedy undertones that's clearly been geared towards a younger audience, then there's probably some enjoyment to be had here. The visuals are mostly fine. There's fun little action sequences to keep you amused, a likeable underdog protagonist with a clear emotional arc, and a well-worn but still effective central theme of friendship, loyalty, and redemption. That's all very nice, and on that basis, Badlands more or less works as a slightly dumb, undemanding, but reliable sort of movie that doesn't ask too much from its audience. Here's the problem though, it's not a generic sci-fi adventure movie, it's a fucking Predator movie, and that name comes with some...
Exactly, that's the thing. Like, I think that Predators, which I think that was 2012, was single-handedly the best Predator that's come out since the original. I don't know why they don't try to branch off of that. It was so good. It had, like, a lot of, like, big box office actors in it at the time. Like, why not try to branch off of that?
Important expectations. You don't walk into a Predator movie looking for a quirky buddy adventure with cutesy animals and family drama any more than you'd walk into a Saw movie looking for a romantic comedy. Honestly, go watch the original Predator, then skip straight to this thing and...
Well, like, a lot of people don't understand the original Predator. Like, it wasn't just an action movie. It was meant to be a horror/thriller with a little bit of action involved into it. Because, like, whenever you watch the first two original Predators, you don't really see the Predator. He's not the main focus. And if he was the main focus, I would want to see a lot more fucking action, because whenever you center a movie around the hunter, this mysterious creature that's invisible that is killing off this elite unit in the middle of the Cambodia forest, or not it's not Cambodia. It's I actually don't. I think it's like Mexico. Is it? I'm not sure. And you don't know what it is, and then you finally see it. That's when the action kicks up. Like, if you have the Predator as the primary source of action, I don't give a shit about the human characters. I want to see non-stop badassery. I don't care about these woke ideologies. You're single-handedly turning the most elite predators in the world, in the universe, into pussies. Not only does he have a pussy face, he is a pussy. One big walking vajayjay, dude. Like, what is going on here? This is so stupid. I was getting so hyped up for this movie, too. But I saw the, like, bits and pieces, and I was like, I don't know, man.
What you've witnessed. The difference in tone, style, and intent is more jarring than taking an F1 car to 200 miles per hour and throwing it into reverse. It's insane to think these two movies even belong to the same franchise. Quippy humor and animal sidekicks absolutely do not belong anywhere near a Predator movie. I mean, why do you think Shane Black's film was such a gigantic clusterfuck? I don't exactly consider Prey a masterpiece either. But
that's exactly how I feel. I think Prey was okay. I think Hunter Killer of Killers was way better than Prey. I'm sorry, dude. Like, that movie just... And Predators before that was amazing, but that one that was after that, in between Predators and Prey, that was Garbo. I'm happy that
definitely
one didn't
is
do well.
compared to this thing, because at least it took itself and its characters seriously. I can't take any of Badlands seriously because the film itself treats every fight and plot event as a joke. And don't even get me started on Lumpy's creature design. Like, how the fuck does a movie from 1987 look better than a $100 million Disney project with cutting-edge special effects? How have we gone so far backwards?
You know what? Their faces are supposed to be flat, and their dreads are supposed to lank down on the sides, huh? I completely forgot about that. Yeah, that looks like shit. I was wondering why it looks so damn weird. What the fuck? Why does it look like that? That doesn't even look like a Predator. It looked like... I can't say what it looks like. I actually can't say what it looks like.
I honestly can't emphasize enough how soul-crushingly horrible a downgrade this actually is.
What's crazy is that his hair isn't even even. His hair's not even even. Whoever did this, they fucked it up, because it's not even even.
Then there's just the stuff that's straight up irritating, the biggest of which is by far quirky android lady.
I wouldn't wish that on a broke dick dog.
That's
Holy
right.
fuck, man. The moment she shows up on screen, my urge to ram my fist through the TV rose about 500%. Why on earth would you program a synth for a high-priority mission like this to act like some ditzy bimbo with Tourette's? She literally never shuts the fuck up, and 90% of what she says is inane, unfunny, meaningless babble. It's like being at a party and getting stuck with that one girl who's convinced she's funny as fuck and just won't stop trying to prove it to you. The more I think about it, the more I realize this is literally a Disney-fied version of the Predator, neutered and toothless, with all the tropes and cliches you expect.
It is, if I'm not mistaken, it is PG-13. That would make a lot more sense with the actual, Damn, that's crazy, actually. Bro, they really did take the Predator series in and neuter it, didn't they? That sucks. That actually sucks.
An emotionally vulnerable hero on a quest to take down a monster, a sinister family member working against them, a quirky sidekick for comedy banter, a cute little animal friend for merchandising purposes, and a sequel-bait ending to help set up an extended cinematic universe. And it all just makes me feel kind of... sick. The realization that just like Alien, this is what the Predator franchise has devolved into. A financial commodity.
Well, hold on now. Hold on. I actually kind of like the Alien movies. The Prometheus ones, they're pretty good. I did have some issues with Romulus, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like Alien Earth all that much. I thought it was okay, but it was fucking weird. Like,
instead of a sharp and violent artistic endeavor, reshaped and remolded into a safe, inoffensive, focus-tested corporate...
I would definitely treat this series like I would a Transformers series. As long as they keep putting them out, I'll keep watching them. I don't care. Seriously. Because I want to see this franchise go somewhere. And the thing is that it's just been flopping around like a big dick for like the past couple years, and I'm just so sad to see it. I really thought they learned something with Predator Killer of Killers, because I actually really liked it. But I don't think this guy liked it much either. It's definitely an oddball
product ready to be churned out by the truckload until it becomes financially unviable. Well, based on the opening weekend projections, that eventuality might come sooner than expected. And you know what? It probably fucking should too. Predator Badlands isn't exactly a bad movie, but it is a terrible Predator movie that doesn't even hold a candle to the original. And if you want my advice, you'll save your money and catch it on streaming in a month or so. Believe me, you're not missing much. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.
W video. Bro does not miss. Check out the Critical Drinker. Bro does not miss. Be back. Oh, okay, we back. All right, let's get it. Every clapback at Twitter accounts who use the clock meme.
Send a clapback at Twitter accounts who use the clock meme. Oh, jeez.
Bro, like, you post a selfie, like a girl posts a selfie, if I do, and one of those incel accounts will post my photo with, like, a dumbass, like the rabbit with the clock, and be like, Cinna's eggs are gonna dry out before she ever starts a family. Do you?
God damn, bro, they're harsh. You know, what I've learned is that unless you can pull somebody up during them actively doing something stupid in front of people to embarrass them, typically you either ignore them, remove their comment, or you go with the flow. You go with the flow, you'd be surprised at how well that works.
You consider this success, and then people respond and hate on it, like bot accounts will, to bump the interaction.
They're not all bots. They're just people that are assholes.
I think it's gonna change eventually.
Sure. I think people are assholes for the love of the game. The entire idea that this is some kind of like a problem owned by incels or something like that is just not true. And so this is some girl who made a post. This is a pretty popular post, and it's got 7 million views. Yes, men should have to pay extra taxes for being single after age 30. The reason men
You see, if that's the case, so like, if that's the case, then if men have to pay more in taxes after 30, then it would only be fair that you get rid of child support, right?
specifically need to be taxed extra is to eliminate the more money, more bitches incentive for success. Ideally, a man's incentive for success should come from providing for his family. It's best if men settle down if you avoid men wasting women's reproductive years. There's no way this isn't a fucking joke, right? Like, this is crazy. Yeah, I'm just saying, right? Check comments. Well, what's this here if I can find it? What are the comments on?
The first one, dude. Jesus.
God. Guys, come on.
Guys,
that's a little harsh.
Voldemort has a whole other biological clock to worry about. Jesus Christ, it's so bad.
Yo, even his own editors are shitting on him for it. Ah, damn. That's messed up, man. Oh, man, Nintendo just took a big L. Please check out Legal Mindset. Legal Mindset is awesome. Check him out. Send him a like. Send him a sub. I love watching Nintendo get shit on.
And Nintendo have suffered a huge L, yet another L in their fight with Power.
Oh, Legal Mindset shows you big PP.
Their attempt to essentially take over a genre. They want to own all things pocket monsters. We're getting into that today on The Legal Mindset. We teach you to be your own judge. Of course, I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney, and this is a battle that I'm very excited to see Pokemon and Nintendo taking another big L on. Of course.
Good, man. It's nice to see him being on the side of gamers. Let's go.
We've got a PowerPoint for you here today on this patent that's now under review in the United States. Let's get right into it. So,
they're reviewing it even in the US? Oh, bro, they're cooked. They're done. There's no way.
Once again, as background for the new viewers, Nintendo and the Pokemon Company International are engaged in vicious lawfare against Power World to attempt to corner the pocket monster genre. They want to kill modding. They want to really destroy this entire genre.
See, that's disgusting. The fact that they want to kill modding. You realize that modders literally make no money. They make no money for modding the game whatsoever. Like, it's crazy to me to think that any developer wants to destroy a modding community for a game. It it gives people a reason to buy another version of the game. Like, I bought Fallout for console, and then I realized that they had mods on it, so I bought it for PC, and then they added you could pay for it on console where it adds the mods to the console too. So I was like, oh, I'm paying for that. Like, why wouldn't you? Like, there's nothing negative about it. it can only add to the enjoyment of the game.
Anybody but themselves, because they don't want to innovate. They don't want to be creative. They want to just block other people through lawfare, through vicious lawfare, which is led by a legal team which is absolutely dedicated to being the most horrible people they can possibly be and do anything but decide to be on the side of stories, creativity, or even general justice. The lawsuit is for patent infringement. So this is something that's very important. A lot of people
It's
forget
funny
this.
that they're trying to sue for patent infringement and they haven't even gotten their patent successfully approved yet. Even in their own goddamn country, the people at the patent office was like, "Nah, dude, this is too vague."
So when we look at the wins and losses, we're really looking at the patents. How are they doing on those patents?
And what's crazy is that if these patents were to have processed, it would pretty much destroy games like Pal World. It would destroy games like Digimon. It would destroy other games that are like, because it's like Legal Mindset said, they're trying to take over the Pocket Monster like the entire thing as a whole. That'd be like if Call of Duty tried to make patents to, take over the entire first-person shooter genre.
All those patents, they relate really to the game mechanics, not so much the designs, although prior art is a way to show, hey, this was going on beforehand. Hey, people were doing this before. They really don't have...
But it's really hard to claim that art is being stolen from somebody unless it's an exact one-for-one replica. For example, Ice Ice Baby was originally a different song, but because he added the dun-da at the end of the original tune, he wasn't able to get struck for copyright infringement. So, you really have to be specific with copyright, and I can see why the patent offices are like, no, this is too vague, this is all-encompassing, you have to be specific. Like, for example, if you got a string and you put a hook on both sides, you could patent that, and then somebody could go and turn the hook around on one side and then patent that, like that kind of stuff.
An ability to patent this, but it's not for copyright. So it's not simply because one monster looks like another monster, right? No, that's not it. It's about that. Now, the case is currently in Tokyo District Court, and Japan, as I covered in a previous video, just rejected a Pokemon patent, just literally threw it out. And because of that, we now have this new news, this new change here, where now we have under review a U.S. patent. The U.S. office, literally the director of the office, ordered that a re-examination of Nintendo's patent to summon a character and let it fight. This comes after public pressure. And once again, I'm not tooting my own horn because it isn't just me, but it's people like you guys out there, people like the games media, the IP attorneys. Everybody is speaking up on this, and everybody together, collectively as a whole, we have made a difference here. So the Stop the Pokemon International campaign has been successful in that we have now made not just one, but 2 patents under review. And what we really want to see is a settlement amicably with Palworld, but they're still not willing to do that. They still have to take all of these L's before they're willing to eventually say, okay, let's be reasonable. Let's stop being litigious Scrooges over here, trying to take over an entire genre and kill modding. So prior art was, and one important thing about this, before I get into the prior art, the director, the head of this office, he's actually known as really pro-corporate and pro-patent. So this is not typical for him. He's a guy who...
And from what I understand is that they hired a new lady as well, like a lady lawyer that's part of, like their lawyering team. And supposedly she's really big into certain types of lawsuits, like the ones that she's doing right here with Nintendo. And Legal Mindset did say it before. I'm going to say it. They need to be careful because the thing is that Palworld didn't countersue. But if they fuck with a bigger company and they countersue and these patents fall through, then they could get sued.
You would expect to be on the side of Nintendo. But looking at this, he sees the broader implications. He sees the fact that this can stifle not just, Palworld, but an entire genre, including American companies and companies around the world that may want to enter into this genre. And they're trying to say, hey, no, this is our genre. We want to have anything involving summoning a character, which once again is in tons of things, going all the way back to D&D. You've got...
Bro, that's kind of stifling. Anything that involves summoning a character and letting it fight, dude, that's Magic. When did Magic the Gathering come out? When was the first card game for Magic the Gathering? 1993? When was the first sight of Pokemon? When did the first Pokemon game launch? (1996). So 3 years after. They can't take that. If anyone can take it, it would be, well, it probably wouldn't be Magic the Gathering. Because I'm sure that for thousands of years we've had something that's similar, but they can't
Tons
take
of
that.
games that summon a character and let it fight. That is so ambiguous. That's the definition of patent trolling. That's the definition of creating this overly broad patent.
Because first it was the Pokeballs, and then Pal World, like, you know, they went out of their way to change how the Pal Spheres were and made them something else. And now they're trying to literally take control of the summon a character and let it fight. The entire thing. That's crazy. That's so stupid.
Stop other people from making games, and this is what malicious entities do, evil entities do, and they must be stopped. They really must be stopped. So what happened was, in Japan, they submitted prior art showing...
You know what's really sad is that 20 years ago, they might have been able to get away with this. But because there's so many millennials that have played games growing up and played card games of some sort, or watched shows like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, they understand the implications of this. But 20 years ago, we would have been in trouble.
It happened before. This was likely...
But you realize that we have an entire generation that could probably name all original 150 Pokemon that are now adults? That's crazy.
In the submission. So,
while they used to... I'm so sorry I keep pausing it, but like used to just be a dumb kids cartoon, and now people are actively getting into fights to get the cards at Walmart so they could scalp them. Isn't
confirmation in the U.S. either. I'm going to guess this might have been Pal World that submitted it, although anybody could have submitted it. So prior art was included in the filings, and they showed that Konami in 2002 and even Nintendo itself in 2019 already had this mechanic, already had this thing out there, and this would invalidate the current patent filing. Now, I have to be clear, this is under review, but my prediction is...
It's going to fail. It's going to fail. There's no way.
Specialists in this field, they all agree with me on this. We're all together on this.
Oh, I see you got the highlighted the words now, bro. You really making that PP shine now. I like it. Keep doing what you're doing, Legal Mindset.
Both the generalists like myself and the specialists, we all agree that this is going to be overturned. It is highly likely this patent will be overturned. Public sentiment is against Pokemon. It's against this. It undermines the credibility of Nintendo, not just for their future filings, but all their claims against Pal World. This is all going to be entered into evidence.
It's garbage.
In their case against Pal World, and it's going to make them look like an absolute joke. And they were already seeming like a joke legally. It's just going to make it even worse. So their chances of prevailing against Nintendo and Pokemon Company International, Kabushiki Gaisha Pokemon, make sure to tag that on social media. The chances are increasing. The pressure should encourage settlement between the parties. That's the ultimate thing that we want to see here. We want to see these parties go on. And the good news is Pal World is going to Pal World. They're expanding. They're allowing mods. They're doing what a good company should do. They're doing the right thing. What's up to Pokemon is to
That's kind of crazy that... So check this out. Pokemon really tried to sue Pal World for the Pokeballs because they had patents pending that fell through. They actually fell through. The patents didn't stick because they were too vague. Because they were obvious. They were obviously just trying to monopolize the industry. And that didn't work. And then on top of that, Pal World even went out of their way to change the Pal Spheres. So they're not even like, you can't even do that anymore. And then Nintendo came back and told them that they have to eliminate their modding community. So like, dude, like piss off. Leave Pal World alone. You're just mad that it's made more sales than that rink-a-dink copy and paste crap you've been doing for the past 30 years. Get out of here.
To follow the
Take your fucking PNG fucking walls and go on, man.
Pal World and do the right thing. Focus on the monsters, focus on the game, focus on the players, and stop focusing on a campaign of lawfare to crush everybody around you. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think Pokemon's going to prevail? Pal World?
No.
Anything in the comments below?
I really, really want Pal World, the development team or whoever's running Pal World, I want them to countersue. I want them to bury Nintendo. I want to see the death of Nintendo as a franchise. They have been around for too long, copying and pasting too many games, using the same game mechanics, and barely altering from one game to the other. It is past time to bury them. Give me a second. Okay. What do we got here? They didn't tell Pal World to withdraw their mods support altogether. Only Pokemon mods, though. Which is still... They had Pokemon mods? Really? That's cool. So, like... Of course they would want them to withdraw those. But they didn't do that to Minecraft. Minecraft has oh my god, it has a couple, it has actual Pokemon in it's like Pixelmon, that's what it's called Pixelmon in Minecraft, and they actually use Pokeballs and like it but they're not going after Minecraft. What's the matter? Are they too scared to take on Microsoft? Pussies. That just blows my mind. They're willing to do all this for a startup development company because they, like, pretty much took the Pocket Monster franchise and gave everybody what they wanted. That's what it boils down to. Greedy fucks.
Oh no,
Mr. Pixely.
Narrative designer from Square Enix, previously Life is Strange, terminated!
Thank God! Bro. So, the most recent Life is Strange. There's one thing. Well, no, the entire game was garbage, but there was one thing that I noticed that no other content creator noticed whenever I was watching somebody stream it. The ladder at the very beginning of the game is motherfucking upside down when she goes up the ladder. It was upside down. Bro, I saw that and I started freaking the fuck out. If you fuck up a ladder, just imagine how the writing is in that game. And I did, I watched the majority of it, and it was so bad. How did they even muster the strength after the prior one to come up with the Life is Strange 3 is beyond me.
Part of an org called Limit Break Mentorship, lobbying agency intending to replace cis white men. Unfortunately, I found out that I'm impacted by the latest Square Enix layoffs while I'm on my honeymoon. I'm gonna be honest, folks, I don't know what to do right now, so I'm just gonna think about things for the foreseeable future. Square Enix was my dream company, and now I'm shattered.
For context, Square Enix has been cleaning house the past few days.
John Henrik, the chief publishing officer and head of Western branch of Square Enix, has officially resigned to head the wave of layoffs. He responded pissed.
Hey, he resigned because he knew his ass was going on the fucking chopping block, bitch. Put the fries in the bag, loser.
Concern of woke ideology in video games. When AAA start pushing agendas gamers don't want to see, they pay for it not by buying the game. Fire the long-term failing CEO and the staff that embraced woke ideology. Oh, piss off. Square Enix announces more layoffs. Oh, right. So there was a woman recently, you know, she's
Bro, they're just fucking cooked at Square Enix.
Talking about doing a purge for people that she disagrees with publicly, right? Final Fantasy, a new lead translator, Paul Chandler. So, you know, as always, welcome home. And this is the girl that just got fired. 67%.
And you can't even feel bad for these people. Because when you advocate for someone to lose their livelihood just because you disagree with them, you're just a piece of crap. Seriously, you're just a fucking dick. And you losing your job is kind of justified. You just think that you weren't going to lose your job because you were in a management position. Like, straight up. That's what you get.
People working in the games industry are male. Trans people make up 4% of the games industry workplace. So they're overrepresented.
Like, do you realize that, like, being transgender, the percentage is so low in America that the fact that these people are trying to push it to the forefront of everything is so stupid. The percentage of transgender people, of people in America that are trans, are the amount is so low, and then the amount playing video games is even so much lower that it doesn't even, like, it's like a fucking, it's a dot in your eye. Like, why cater to people that are less than 4%? It makes no sense. Like, what are you doing? What did you think was going to happen? Who buys a game that's going to be catered to something that's not them? Hey, come on.
Trans people make up 4% of the games industry workplace. So they're overrepresented 4 times above what's normal. But you think that you need an advocacy group for them. And you just got fired. How do we keep winning? We just can't stop winning. No company should be hiring these people. They are a malignant cancer. And this one is especially deserved. Whenever you're making advocacy groups that disenfranchise because of my skin color or my gender, I will do everything that I can to undermine you because you're a racist. You're a bigoted racist that's trying to work against me. It's just self-respect.
There it is. There it is, boys. So this was pretty big, I guess. This happened recently. What are you doing on your phone? That should be an instantaneous permaban. There's no way. There's no way she didn't get instantaneously permabanned on Kick.
Yo, what a moron. How do people feel comfortable doing this?
Holy shit. Hold on. I gotta turn the Canadian up real quick. Hold on, give me a second, boys.
I don't even feel comfortable doing this show while driving it. I don't even.
It's not even like doing it while driving. She's live. How do you do it? So you're live. You're looking at the chat. There's a camera pointed right at you. You could see where the eyes are going, and you're driving. Like, there's so much morally wrong here. It's not even funny. You just have no fucking morals. Like, how?
I feel comfortable while I'm driving and I'm looking forward. These people are off the front for multiple seconds. That's insane, man. Because I don't trust the morals on the road. I don't trust anybody. Like, look.
Exactly. Like, for all you know, someone, like, you could be looking down at your phone and someone could, like, start having a heart attack at their wheel in oncoming traffic and then veer over and almost hit you head on, but you're never going to see it because you're looking at your damn phone. You have to be vigilant when you're driving, bro. Like, you're not doing it just for your own protection. You're doing it for the protection of the people around you.
Look, not paying attention. Not paying attention. Not paying attention. Not paying attention. Okay.
Yeah, why are you looking down that much?
Maybe, we're talking maybe 10 frames of attention. Back, not paying attention.
Not paying attention. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Brother, we are now 10 seconds of this clip. This person has laid eyes on the road for less than 1 second. We're talking about maybe 30 frames total of attention in 10 seconds. How
Like, if it's that important, just pull over. Seriously. Pull over. You'll save yourself the headache of having to deal with insurance, and whoever you just so happen to hit doing this, like, you can save probably their lives by not running into them because you're not paying attention to the road. Like, why? They're going to end up putting out new laws that make it to where it's illegal to like stream and stuff while you're driving.
That's crazy. She has 2 phones. She has 2 phones. Oh my god. Oh my god. She has 2 phones.
Well, yeah.
I would lose my mind if somebody rear-ended me like that. Yo, look at this cuck chat. Oh, Kick, of course. Kick, of course.
That's
Yo.
you driving.
Wait, we just watched fucking clips clips of somebody assaulting somebody else and then getting banned, unbanned, trolling the whole system, making fun of it. Nobody says anything about Twitch. One does some dumb fucking shit, and now that's all of kicking.
Project Overkill? What's that?
What a bunch of morons. Well, maybe a bunch of glazers. You guys say Dan Clancy this, Dan Clancy that, but you guys are sucking on his knob, on God. My driller. Yo, that's what it is. I don't get to say.
I don't understand what the big stigma is against Kick. I really don't. At least Kick, like, permabans people for doing some things wrong. I mean, Twitch is no better. Honestly, like, we've got content creators that are actively under a lot of scrutiny right now for SAing people, and you're gonna sit there and talk shit about Kick? Seriously? Like, come on.
You guys want to say, yo, oh fuck Dan Clancy, blah blah. Buddy,
PlayStation Classic.
What you're typing in the chat with this Kick shit. You wish you were fucking Dan Clancy, low key. Say.
Let me see. Let me goggle it right quick. Hold on. PlayStation Classic Project Overkill. Oh, dude, that's ancient. Oh, wow. Oh, it's got like the sound effects of Doom in it. I can kind of hear the Doom sound effects in there. When you kill like a cacodemon, it sounds about the same. Or not a cacodemon, Pinky. When you kill Pinky, it sounds about the same. I had another one pulled up. Here it is.
Girl gets into a wreck.
Play it for hours when I was a little kid. The music is top tier, bro. I don't know what it is, but like, why is it that the music from like back in the day? I noticed that. So okay, that just opened up something. Hold on, now I got a rant. So why is it that all the music back in the day was so much better than the music they have now in games? So like, for example, God of War 1 and 2, their soundtracks are fucking masterpieces. The old Warhammer 40k games that I watched the trailers for them earlier in the stream, their soundtracks are masterpieces. Like, Command and Conquer, that's another one. Like, what happened? How are the music, the songs, and how are games in general shells of their former, like, even like, so, games used to have to be good because the controls were jank as shit, all right? Now, there were a few that were, like, spot on, like God of War, but those were so far and few in between, they had to be well-written, and they had to make sense. There was none of this copy and paste BS because no one would buy it. No one would take the chance. And, like what happened? I know wokeism and all that crap going into the games didn't help, but, like, that's over with now. What's the excuse now? Where are all the good games at? What's going on here? Like, come on. It's been 4 years. It's been a whole new year this year. You know, like, everything's going kind of sort of back to the way it was before all the crud happened. What happened? Like, what happened? I remember that there was nothing that made you feel better as a gamer than if you were, like, for example, if you watch God of War 2, whenever I got it, it came with the double disc, and you got, like, the bonus content, right? And you got to watch them making and composing the music in the game. That made me so proud. I was so happy. I was like, dude, that's a game they made. Someone had to dress up in mocap to do that. Someone actually had to do that as a job. Like, I know that that's crazy to think that, oh, it's a job, but it's like, as you're a kid, when you're a kid, you don't really think about that kind of, you're not like, oh, well, there's an entire orchestra that's playing this song. It's like, no, there's an entire orchestra, like, because, like, whenever you're a kid and your parents are like, don't play games all day, that's dumb, you're stupid, and then you, like, you know, you belittle it to a point where it's like, oh, it's just kid stuff, but then you think about it and it's like, there's an entire orchestra doing this music. There's a person that's actually in mocap doing this action. And then it, like, hits you that it's like, this isn't just a game. This is no different than a movie, essentially. You know, but you watch movies.
Kick streamer Jackie gets into a car crash on stream last night. Well, that's not very good. Let's see it.
So what did she hit?
Pick up food, but like,
Yeah?
oh, you know what? I can make ramen. That's fine.
Yeah?
I'll make ramen. That'll be it. Okay, what is it again?
Come on, let's see it.
Where's it at? Can you post it again?
She's moving. Why are you moving?
Take a.
Eyes not even on the road, now driving forward, dude. That's crazy. I hope the person that she hit sues the piss out of her. I would. I absolutely. If I found out someone wrecked my vehicle or hit my vehicle because they were distracted driving like that, I would sue the piss out of them. I would get their insurance information and I would personally go through the trouble of suing her, especially with this footage going viral. Yep.
You stupid bitch.
I just hit a car.
Oh no. Oh wow. And you see,
Big surprise if you are distracted driving and you hit a car. There's a reason why it's illegal in like every state. When games combine like every single piece of art, music, story, picture, movie, all. That's what I'm saying. Like you could read in like most of the games, even God of War. There were parts where you could read. It made no sense. Like you could really tell the ignorance is bliss whenever it comes to like your parents. And I'm not saying that in like a, they're a dumbass in it, since it's more of a, you don't know what you're talking about, so maybe you just shouldn't say anything, that kind of aspect of it. Because like instead of I think, and parents are guilty of doing this nowadays, of like just putting their child in front of a tablet and then letting them do their thing. But it's like, instead of just doing that, maybe learn what they're consuming. Like, what do they like to do? Instead of being like, well, you got to come and meet me out and do these things with me. Well, why don't you do that for them first? So that way they're more willing to go out and do things with you. Like, to an extent, a parent needs to be a parent and not just somebody who gives birth to kids. Like, I'm sorry, but if you give birth to kids, that doesn't make you a parent. It just lets you know that your reproductive systems are working, like anyone can do that. It takes a real person to be a parent.
Here, look at the amount of time. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Roshi looked at the chat and not at the road.
4, 5. You're so stupid. Oh my god. No streaming while driving? 5 seconds. You weren't even paying attention to where you were going. But anyway, what an absolute dumbass. She wasn't even looking at the road 90% of the video. She's screwed. I want to see people like this get tickets and citations and potentially...
I don't want to see tickets and citations. I think they should go to jail. They should have their license revoked. Here's the thing. She may not be in the state of Texas, but in the state of Texas, it's a privilege to drive, not a right. And if you don't want to get behind that wheel and actually drive that vehicle, you don't need to be behind that wheel, period. It's a right. I mean, I'm sorry, it's a privilege, not a right.
Jail time for distracted driving. There's especially this much evidence of it. What really difference is there between this woman and somebody who's drunk? It's like
there is no difference. That's the thing. If anything, it's worse. It's worse because she knew what she was doing and she still did it anyway. With people that are drunk, maybe, and I still say mostly no. Actually, I'm going to say it. No, period. Because you're under the influence. Like, you sometimes they have this excuse of, oh, I was drunk. Bro, I don't... That bothers me. That bothers me. I feel like anyone that does this, that they should just have their license revoked permanently. Straight
up on your own, right? She seems drunk, to be honest. I think she might just be stupid, okay?
I think
I'm
she's
not sure.
stupid. It's not even a lapse in judgment. You knew what you were doing. Everyone, even if a child below the age of 10 knows that it's bad to get behind the wheel and drink and drive and be a distracted driver, You knew better and you did it anyway. Revoke their license. Screw that noise. So, Nigeria is looking real bad. Apparently, it's worse than what they're saying. Check out Saint Bray. He dropped his video down in the Discord. We do have a Discord. You can recommend stuff in the Discord. This was his video. And I was very curious to see what was going on with Nigeria. And I haven't seen this video, but I know that it's bad. Like, what's going on with Nigeria right now is bad. It's bad, boys. Let's check it.
There are no record number of Christians being killed in Nigeria.
I don't know what's going on. Ever since I updated OBS, it's just been
Crazy! The primary victims in Nigeria are Muslims. The Christian massacre story is fake news. Trump is lying. He just want to take the oil and rare minerals. Trump is focusing on the wrong atrocities. What about Gaza? These are just some of the ignorant...
Gaza's done. What are you talking about? The war in Gaza's over. They just have to, get rid of those terrorists and then everything will be fine. The war in Gaza's over.
As statements flowing out of the asses of the so-called educated left, major left news outlets like The Guardian, NPR, and CNN spewing out straight nonsense, using the ACLED database as a reliable source. Now the report focuses on areas north, where many Christians have already been displaced by violence, and where the majority of people are Muslim, you dumb fucks. So it's no fucking wonder your data source suggests Muslims are the main victims. Oh, educated ones. The RFA adjusted said data to reflect regional demographics, and whoop-de-fucking-do, the picture changed completely. Their analysis found out that in every single region in Nigeria, Christians are killed far more often than Muslims. In the northwest alone, Christians are 1.7 times more likely to be killed than their Muslim neighbors. And when it comes to kidnappings, the targeted...
It's kind of like Trump and his immigration policies. Like they're originally to get the bad people, which Nigeria would consider apparently the Christians. But then the Muslims are kind of like that aftershock of, oh, well, we're going to lump you into the same group, so you're getting out of here either way.
Nearly 10 times as
And I want to make it completely clear. I don't think that, a genocide of any scale should be acceptable by any country. And the fact that Nigeria is literally going out of their way to try to cover this up is disgusting. And I look forward to watching the government get overthrown in a few years. Rest in piss, you won't be missed.
So the equal suffering narrative pushed by the educated side of the mainstream press is wrong. It's targeted persecution, and Trump was right. But it's alright because the brain-dead audience doesn't care either way. Nicki Minaj even...
And I want to say this as well. There's a good chance that the people that are posting against it, and I noticed this when Kirk was murdered. I had these bot accounts that were getting into my comments on my videos. They would never come into stream, ever. They would never come into stream, only on comments of the videos that I made. And I would click on the account and I'll always have about the same amount of people sub to the channel. And they would always sit there and talk negatively, almost as if, and it was always just one comment. If you responded to the comment, they'd never say anything back. It was like a one and done every time. I just started removing them. But I noticed every time I click on their channel, because you can do that, you can view their channel, it always had 100 exactly subbed. It's like they had 100 bots and each one was subbed to each other, if that makes any sense. It's so weird. But they would always get down and say roughly about the same thing, almost as if it was copy and pasted and then edited a little bit. It's just, it has to do with I guess changing propaganda to make it seem like it was okay to think something, or if you're you have enough people saying this one thing that makes it seemingly okay and you want to give into it, that's the worst thing you can do. Even as a content creator, don't do that. If you get a massive amount of hate for something you don't think is wrong, don't ever apologize. Because when you do that, you're not going to make anything better. You're just going to make it even worse.
Trump a little compliment for acknowledging these horrendous acts, and 100k people got mad and unfollowed her. There we go. Trust me, Nikki, you didn't lose anything valuable. Major public outrage when innocent people got killed in Gaza, which is fair. Those are human lives and the Israeli government did some very nasty things. But now a similar thing is happening in Nigeria and all the activists suddenly turn a blind eye. Or as the Nigerian priest said it,
"We are tired to be outside performing burial every day. And they expect us to silence. Now is an order. Nigerian government came out openly and denied there is no massacre, there is no genocide of Christians in Nigeria. And look at it today. Is there any Muslim here? United Nations, I know you're watching me.
He's mad, bro. He's shaking. He's so mad. He's so mad. I would be too. It's disgusting. How can your own government turn against you?
American Senate, you are watching what I'm doing, I'm saying here. Special advisor to Trump, now, please tell Trump to save our life in Nigeria.
this is a very dire situation and the UN hasn't said or done anything this far. So if Trump wants to play protector of the Christian faith, I say let him. President Trump has already designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern. The people labeling that move as controversial are honestly the problem.
It's crazy because Biden removed that. Whenever he was in office, he removed that, and Trump automatically put it back on whenever he got back into office.
Silence because of complexity is cowardly. This is why we can't have nice things. The so-called
How's it going, Nigel? Sorry about that.
I
didn't see you there.
Honestly, I think the Pope and the Vatican in general should do more. Be more even. Same thing goes for Europe as a whole.
I get what you're saying with the Pope and the Vatican. But the thing is unless they want to start the religious crusades again, which I don't see them doing anytime soon, there's not really much that they can do. Unfortunately. Especially not with how Christianity is now. They definitely wouldn't be the kind to like take up arms and defend their own, you know, their own, oh my god, Jesus Christ. Yeah, exactly. Religion. I'm so sorry I couldn't spit that word out. It's because like a lot of them have more peaceful stuff going on in their religion than they would anything else. So most of them probably wouldn't even try to defend themselves, like most Christians. Like if you're like, I've seen what people are like whenever they're like super Christian. They go to church every weekend, they do stuff for the church, they donate thousands of dollars. They are like, I'll never touch any kind of weapon to harm somebody else ever. Like they're dedicated.
Which used to be a Christian stronghold, reduced to a mere shadow of its former self. My heart goes out to all the Christians in Nigeria and
Nigeria has always kind of been a little bit of a shithole, if we're being honest here. Like, let's just be honest with ourselves. Nigeria's had its fair share of genocides, and the thing is whenever the government, their own government, is trying to cover this up, it kind of says a lot about them as a whole. I don't want to see ground troops go in to Nigeria, but if we like bombed the shit out of them from orbit as a warning, I think I'd be fine with that, honestly. I don't want to waste a lot of resources on this. We shouldn't have to.
I pray help will come soon. I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like if you agree with anything.
Please go sub to him. W channel, by the way. W channel. Saint Bray. Go check him out. Go sub to him. I'm not subbed. Go sub to him. Good channel. Not a good channel. Great channel. What? Most recent Snow White film. Here we go. Man, you got to check out Asmongold,
Here's
bro's
a group of Somalis
legendary.
who are fed up with Ilhan Omar. Oh yeah, apparently. So people are aware that there's like a lot of Somali in like Minnesota. So there are. Oh god. So there's Somali clans
Out of Assassin's Creed. Yeah, I know. Odyssey's such a good game. I love Odyssey.
vote for that Omar guy because he was from a different clan. Jacob Frey apparently beat Omar Fateh in Minneapolis by exploiting Somali clan divisions.
Whether you are from Galmudug or Getaway, you are from Minneapolis.
Tribal politics. We now have elections in Minneapolis that are being decided by Somalian tribal politics.
Bro, the level of, like, thought he must have put into that in order to pull that off is abysmal. Because, like, the fact that his own opponent didn't even think of that is insanity.
I am Somali and I can admit, bro, our people is the most divided people in the world. We are bringing this Kabilas thing to America, the same thing that killed our country, the tribe.
Well, that's the reason why, like, immigration is so bad for other countries. Like, that's why Europe is currently literally on fire. Like, the reason why they're going to different countries and raising their own flags is because it failed in their own countries, so now they're trying to ruin it for everybody else. There's a reason why they're not in their own country doing this shit. It's because they literally burned it to the damn ground. Like, some of these people that are fleeing their own countries have been at war for thousands of years almost. And now, they finally kind of come to terms with the realization that it's just not going to work for them. So they're leaving now that these other countries, like even the U.S. for the past 4 years was letting in a bunch of people like this. Like, they're fleeing the country because they're losing, and going to these other countries, and now the other countries are pretty much in shambles because of these people. And them trying to push their religion and their own. They're not trying to assimilate with society. They're trying to change it. If you try to assimilate with society, we would have had more reason to keep you around. But whenever you go to a different country, you don't want to learn the national language. You want to raise your own flag of the country that you just fled from in fear of death or persecution. And then you're like trying to do all this weird religious stuff and force other people to do it. You're going to run into some, like, some pushback. It's just natural.
Yeah, this is the whole reason why a lot of people don't want a lot of immigration from those places, is because people that come from those places bring their problems here. He's even saying it. When a Somalia person comes into me, they become a serious one. There are people like that living right here in our city, calling for rival clans to be expelled and pushed out. I just... Clash of Clans! We need to get rid of these people. We will never gain power and move forward as Somalians as long as these people live among us and we don't kick them out. Well, so why is it that you guys get to say all this, but then you go and say...
The idea that this is a white nation that needs to be preserved is a fascinatingly disgusting view, because this country is one for the many.
How the fuck are you critical?
Wait a minute. Run that by me again?
Disgusting is a fascinating
that you guys get to say all this, but then you go and say...
The idea that this is a white nation that needs to be preserved is a fascinatingly disgusting view, because this country is one for the many.
How the fuck are you critical?
But that's not possible because it's majority white. It's literally majority white. I know it's like, oh, well, you're just racist anyway because you're a white man. And I'm like, dude, I don't. It's more disgusting if you want to flee a country that is actively going out of their way to kill you, move to a different country, and then wave that country's flag, like the country that you just fled from, the country that is literally going out of its way to annihilate you, in a foreign country, and you start waving that country's flag in That's like if Mexico was taken over by cartel and you flee to America and you're waving the Mexican flag. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Why? You live in America. Like, what are you doing? Why the fuck would, like, the whole point of being in America is to flee from Mexico. Like, what? Like, if we're dumb, like, dude.
Criticizing white people when you guys can't even get along with your own clans.
Exactly.
You can't even figure this shit out yourself. And you're talking about getting them deported. They try to lecture us about racism, but the moment that they don't get their way, they start talking about kicking each other out of the country, even inside of their own little group. And this is what
I care because this affects America. So of course I care. I'm a patriot, brother. I was a fucking firefighter, dude. Like, I have saved people's lives just because. Like, I care about Americans. What I don't care about is a foreign country where they're trying to basically invade a different country like America and then wave their own goddamn, like, you notice that all the protests that were going on in LA, you barely saw any American flags? Like, if you do a protest in America for America, the least you could do is fucking wave an American flag. But, like, you also have to keep in mind that, like, a flag is a symbol of ownership and to an extent. Like, that's the reason why whenever we got on the moon, we put the flag up there, right? That's why, like, anytime you see a battlefield, or you always see the men that are all hurt and bruised and battered trying to lift up the flagpole to symbolize that they did it. Like, capture the hill, you know? Like, a flag, for example, that's what's going on in Europe. So in Europe, and this is the reason why, in Europe, they're no longer allowed to even have their own British flags on their like uniforms in fear of persecution. They're not allowed to show their British pride in fear of persecution from all these like immigrants that have moved in and are changing everything. Like, for example, they have foreign flags on city light poles that were put up by the city. And if you're like found removing them, you go to jail. That's weird. Like, for example, if you have a picture of the United States president, the only flags that should be seen in that picture behind him are the American flag and whatever state flag they're in. It's a symbol of ownership. It has been for years, and if it's not, then why the hell does every country have its own damn flag? Think about it. That's why it matters.
Always said, never listen to the people that say that they want acceptance. They want you to accept them. They don't want to accept you. They have no problem doing this to their own fucking people. I think this is the perfect moment that I can say exactly what I have been saying for years, that none of this stuff is anything other than self-serving rhetoric so these people can simply put themselves in more advantageous positions. That's literally it.
Mm-hmm. And to be quite frank, I don't really care if they fly their own flags. I just don't want to see it on city poles. Like, I don't want to go outside and every street light have a foreign flag on it. This is America. It should have American flags, if any. Like, that's my view on it. Like, if they want to bring their own flags, that's fine. I don't care. But damn sure, don't be flying a Mexican flag and then burning the American flag. That's where I draw the line. Like, no, dude, fuck that. Or like you could protest all you want, but the minute you start blocking off traffic and setting shit on fire, you're no longer protesting, you're rioting, that kind of stuff. Like, sure, protest all you want, do it from the sidewalk, wave whatever flag you want. Don't burn anything, don't fucking stop traffic, do whatever you want, have any kind of sign you want, I don't care. Bro, I thought it was so funny whenever I saw the big balloons of Trump. in the diaper, dude. Oh my god, I fucking lost it. I thought that shit was so funny. No, flags are mostly about ownership, dude. It's not about identity. It's never been about identity. That's why anytime you see war, you always see them holding their flag banners. You always have a flag banner. It's to show like sides, what countries they are. It's a symbol for like not just ownership, but it's a bit of both actually. It's a symbol of like ownership and identity. In a way, if you're able to move into a different country and make it illegal for them to remove your flags off of a city light post, in a sense, you've kind of made your own Trojan horse, is what you've effectively done. When you've got when you've got a foreign country's own government working against the best interest of its citizens, you've effectively won that country. That's what's going on with it. That's why it's such a huge deal. We're going to move on from that. Apparently, this World War II veteran is going viral. Let's see. Flags, but American flags, not rebel flags. Let's see. People want to. What is going on with this chat box? It's like halfway on, halfway off. Let me see. People want to fly their flags, but American flag. One-sided. I don't know their flags, but America flag. Oh shit, it's Chase! I didn't even realize you were here, Chase. Yeah, we can finish that video. Oh, damn. Oh, damn, what was that video, man? It's been so long since you've been here. Let me see. This one? No, that's 3D. It's this one. Is it this one? Tow truck drive. It is this one. It's this one. I found it. Okay. It's the one with the real sparks, right? Okay, I got you. I got her. I got her pulled up from Discord. Hold on, give me a second. Now you good, man?
Now at 6 at tow.
You know, and look.
Let's see, where were we at?
Every time I look back, all I seen was dick and dress. Now I ain't never been gay.
Wait, what? Whoa!
You know his ass. Look, he had a big knife in one hand, and he had on a blue dress with flowers all over it. Nigga like a buff Instagram hoe, you know. And this how I knew he was crazy, cause he started running after me, singing, talking about some. Let me get some. Let me get some. Oh no! I ran the other way. I ran the other way.
You're doing better than me, because here in Texas, I'd be like, hold on, wait. What?
I started singing to him back. I'm gonna show him what crazy is. I said, never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it. You know?
Never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it.
All I seen was dick and dress. Now, I ain't never been gay. No. But it was big. And it was just flopping around just like this, up in his skirt.
No way!
Like a big-ass dick natal. Like a tornado with a dick in it. And I said, hold up.
Well, you know that shit gotta hurt if he like running and it like goes up and then back down and like slaps his balls. But that shit fucking hurt, man.
Wait a minute.
It's different whenever you got something cradle in the carriage, but like you free balling that shit, that gotta hurt.
Right. My fat ass ain't never run that fast in my life.
Once again, that suspect is expected to be arraigned sometime tomorrow. Live in Warren tonight, Anu Prakash, 7 Action News.
Corey, a neighbor was outside fixing Christmas lights when he heard an argument next door between the couple here on Dara Drive.
I was just over here minding my own business. I keep my Christmas lights up all year round like perky titties. I just keep them up there, and I just heard them arguing.
Police say the man and woman are going through a divorce, and she has a protective order against him. When she came home, she found him hiding under her front porch with a machete and crossbow.
What the fuck? Bro's hunting for vampires out there. What?
Like a little possum or something. I said, boy, what's that man's name with the Sylvester Stallone? I thought Rambo was coming back for another movie. I did. He had a big old long and a crossbow. I don't know what was going on.
The man then barricaded himself inside while police say...
Is it sad that I knew who he was talking about? I knew who he was talking about. I was like, Sylvester?
was able to run to the end of the road for help.
Now, mind you, this is my neighbor. Now, I just know she don't like black people, so I'm just waiting for him.
Damn, he just says it.
Investigators say the man lit a fire inside the home. The flames grew, making it difficult for first responders to get inside.
So I'm feeling his pain or whatever. So I just snuck over there. I just gave him a big old bundle of weed. I said, smoke it. And
what the fuck?
This fool almost burnt the damn house down. I said, hold up, wait a minute.
Started trying to kick in some doors and simply couldn't make entry due to the smoke.
You're supposed to smoke the weed. The weed not supposed to smoke you.
Yo, it's like that one scary movie scene where the guy gets rolled up in the blunt and the tree smokes him.
Hospital on life flight.
It lights his like afro on fire.
As soon as they put him up in that helicopter and let him go, I said, bye, crazy ass. Won't be seeing him no more.
In Inola, Lauren Callender, 2 works for you.
The woman holding this gun, identified as Riona, waits, pointing it at the U-Haul as Largo police say her accomplice, Derek Heckman, lifts the gate. The victim, Timothy Nichols, jumps out. She opens fire.
And you see, the problem is, because ever since I came down here to Houston, it's been problems. Strange things been going on.
Houston is a very weird place to live. It's very weird down here, boys. It's very weird.
I get on a major highway, and all of a sudden it's at a standstill. I say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right. You could damn near have a barbecue. What kind of highway is this? Somebody gonna yell out the window.
Bro, you better get... You know what really sucks about it? What really sucks about it is that it's stop-and-go traffic. It's never completely still. It is always stop-and-go traffic. So you can't even actually get out and do anything.
You on a 610, fool? So I get out the car and I see all kinds of cars with elbows on them, what they call them, swingers. And so I'm looking around. I see what's the albino man with the diamonds all in his mouth? Paul Wall. That's who it is. I say, what's up, Paul? He say, what it do, baby? I said, God damn.
Oh, what the fuck?
Right from his teeth, right into my damn eyes. I said, you know what?
That's his defense mechanism for driving.
Make it do what it do, baby. I damn near turned into Ray Charles. Then I had people out there talking about me, talking about, get your ass back in your car, you fat ass James Harden. And then after that, I get kidnapped and put in the back of a U-Haul and get shot in the ass. That's it. I'm going back to Georgia.
That's the extra hole right there, man.
Suspects and fix the problem.
A Tampa man ends up living on the streets after someone steals all of his personal identification. How the man
that sucks.
Including a forgotten bank account.
And I was honestly happy when they told me that they found the money for me, because I was like, everybody in the room, I want you to pull your pants down, stick your booties out, and make a circle. I gave everybody a high five on the ass. I said, but I showed damn sure wasn't gonna give him $5. Cause that's just the way I am, you know. Everybody been stealing from me. Even out here, homeless people steal from me. You know? And I'm walking around, I'm looking like, hey, ain't that my cardboard box, man? You know? So since I got the big money now, everybody want to act like they my friend. They want to be close to me, you know? Like they want to be closer than double D titties in a sports bra. But no, that's when you switch up on them and you act like something they never seen before, like a albino lesbian midget, you know. So hell nah, they ain't gonna work out for me. And everybody that say I stunk a long time ago, now they act like I smell like cotton candy and I boo-boo out unicorn horns. I just want everybody to leave me alone so I can go ahead and spend my money.
Check this out. Intruders caught on camera invading houses. So could something like this happen to you?
Dave Rowe knows all too well how it feels to have his home broken into.
Yeah, and see, that's what the problem was. Because I heard him first. I said, hold on. I said, hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Because then I start to taste them. I say,
taste them?
And then I start to smell them. So it's like a smell like, tastes like, I was like,
whoa, hold on. Whoa, let's pump the brakes right quick. Hold on, wait, what? So you tasted them before you smelt them? What the fuck are you doing, bro? You should be smelling them first, and then usually, you know, like sometimes you get that like thick perfume or cologne that you can pretty much taste. What? Wait, what?
I knew something special about it. You know, so
what did you do when you heard the intruder?
I ran upstairs. I had to run, and I had to do what that little girl. What's that little girl? In the Holocaust, she had a
Helen Keller,
Anne Hathaway, and Frankie Beverly, Anne Frank. That's a hiding bitch, ain't it? I had to get up the stairs. So
that's not Helen Keller, is it? It is Anne Frank.
Said, doom, doom,
Helen Keller is
doom.
the blind and deaf person.
I started to almost beatbox up in the closet. Oh, boom. Boom, boom. But I couldn't do it yet because I couldn't die. I got court tomorrow. So I'm just a little shook up. That's all that is.
At least he got out of there and did the right thing.
New at 6, a frigid start to the new semester for thousands of kids across the state.
And no one knows that better than students in Tahlequah. Sequoia High School parents and students tell us there was no heat in the classrooms, even claiming those rooms fell below freezing yesterday.
And I feel like it's just really just too cold in those classrooms, and it's too cold in the gym. Me being a PE teacher, it hurts me. It hurts me. The kids come up to me and they can't go to their parents. They come to me with this. They say, Coach, my ball's cold, man.
And although it may have felt unusually cold, school officials tell us maintenance went into every single room, and they all measured above 65 degrees.
And I don't know what to do with them. What I'm supposed to do is just rub my hands together and just, they balls?
The superintendent.
And you know what really sucks about that? Is that they won't send those kids home because those kids are paychecks. They don't even care.
As portable heaters were delivered to warm up those classrooms the day before students returned.
I walked into the room and I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right. Because it was still cold, and I feel like I had to help them, because I would literally go down to the depths of hell to put the devil balls in my mouth and just the whole room and get it all hot.
Bro, over here talking about sucking on devil balls, bro. What?
They don't want that.
The
hell with that?
Hillary, 2 works for you.
Happening right now, an accident involving an 18-wheeler had traffic nearly at a standstill while officials continue to clear up the scene.
And all of a sudden, I hear, I'm like, hold on, man. I'm driving in the fast lane, and you behind me trying to go faster than me, you go around. So he swerved around, and I say, I give him the finger.
Now, that accident happened right off this exit 166 in front of the outlet malls.
So I let my window down. I say, what you want, huh? And he say, I am Optimus Prime. I say, oh, I got to get out of here.
No one was hurt.
Yo, his shirt, too. His shirt says whatever.
Police department is investigating.
And I said, hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. So I took out my knife. I put a little water on it. I stabbed the robot out of his.
The 18-wheeler had a gas leak, and that's when it became a hazardous situation.
You can tell the man, what's his name, Michael Bay?
Oh my God.
Tiffany Huerta, CBS 4 News and ValleyCentral.com.
Jesus Christ, man. That was good. Man, he sure is something else. So apparently this World War II vet's going viral. This is the second time a World War II veteran has gone viral. You know what?
Britain, a 100-year-old veteran, said the sacrifices of his fallen comrades were not worth. The United Kingdom's present condition. I am so glad to see this, because this immediately disproves all those weird, fat losers saying that me standing around with a sign dressed up like a frog is just the same as my grandfather. Now we got a real one here.
Well, you do realize that Malcolm X and Martin Luther King have both gone on record saying they didn't like blocking traffic or causing property damage, right? Like, they both have gone on record saying that. There are videos and evidence of that. Like, that's why it bothers me so much to see these people burning American flags, is because, like, my grandfather, my uncle, like, people that have fought and died and watched their friends die for this country have fought for that flag, and you've got these people running around with foreign flags, burning American flags, and it's like, what the fuck gives you the right? Like, some of you aren't even citizens. Like, what are you doing? You haven't spilt blood for this country, and you're sitting here burning the country's flag. That's just not right.
What does Remembrance Sunday mean for you? What is your message?
Like, if you were an immigrant and you became part of the military and you got your citizenship that way, as far as I'm concerned, you're just as much of an American as I am. If you got here and you did your due diligence, you did what you had to do to become an American, you learned English, you did everything you needed to do to conform to society, and you didn't expect them to conform to you, you're an American. I don't give a shit what anyone. I will defend you, brother. You are just as much an American as I am. But when you come in and you don't want to learn American English, I don't care about what religion you're doing. I don't care. But you want to sit here and wave your own flag and burn the American flag and cause problems because the government isn't the way you want it to be, then we're going to have problems, you know? Like, we're going to have problems. That's just all there is to it. If you don't like it here that much, then leave. Go back to where you came from. Like, seriously.
My message is, I can see in my mind's eye those rows and rows of white stones, all the hundreds of my friends and everybody else that gave their lives for what? The country of today. No, I'm sorry. The sacrifice wasn't worth the result.
There it is. I've never seen this clip before. There it is. There it is. Big fucking surprise. Look at that.
So that it is now.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
What do you mean by that, though? At this point?
That's really sad.
What we fought for, and what we fought for was our freedom. We find that even now it's downside worse than what it was when I fought for it.
That's really sad, man. That's actually so fucking sad. I don't know what to say. Rows and rows of white tombs, and for what? A country of today? No, I'm sorry, the sacrifice wasn't worth it. I fought for freedom, and it's a darn sight worse now than when I fought.
There you go. There you go. We don't have to go and do and believe what the internet the keyboard warrior says in the comments, look at your older generations. Look at the older generations. It's a joke now. It is. It's terrible.
Man. Yeah, that's actually that's sad as fuck.
Okay, let's see.
Breaking news out of Chicago.
Whoa.
Customs and Border Protection says agents were shot at while conducting an immigration enforcement operation earlier today. Cameras from our Fox affiliate.
Well, this was only a matter of time. That's kind of what happens whenever you have all these people advocating for death and violence online.
The aftermath of the shooting. That's the video currently on your screen.
Yeah.
There have been weeks of tension in Chicago over the Trump administration's crackdown on illegal immigration, amid a legal battle over whether the White House can send the National Guard there.
Yeah.
Former acting ICE director Jonathan Fahey is with us. Jonathan,
So they got shot
a
at?
black Jeep apparently speeds by.
This in
A bunch
Chicago.
of ICE officers. Shots are fired, and the Jeep speeds off.
Yeah.
What's your reaction?
You know, I want to say it would be shocking or something else,
It's
but
really
I feel
not.
like with all of this rhetoric and all this what's been going on in the last several months with this rhetoric, political rhetoric directed at ICE agents, directed at CBP.
I don't really give a fuck, if you want me to be honest, because they could have arrested all the people on the internet that are saying to shoot the ICE officers and stuff like that. There's people that have been advocating.
I think Trump is just waiting for an ICE officer to get shot and killed, and then he's gonna, like, full-on totalitarianism, like, take over. I seriously think that's what's gonna happen. I do. I think that's genuinely what's gonna happen. I think that's why they haven't cracked down on it yet.
Advocating for this for a long time, and nothing has ever happened to them. So at a certain point, when is the government not responsible for what they're doing? Like, how is it not their fault whenever you have people that are out there they're just making these posts? Just figure out who's making them and just go arrest them. It's so simple. Like, advocating violence for federal officers is against the law. It's not your First Amendment right to do that. Everybody knows this who's not retarded. So why are we even putting up with this for even a second? So this is what's so annoying to me, is that, wow, what a big fucking surprise this is happening when you have an entire online ecosystem that is built around goading it into happening.
It's not surprising that the level of violence against them has risen, and something like this,
No,
and
it's
even
not.
something worse than this, are bound to happen.
Eventually, what's going to happen is ICE agents are going to start getting killed. And when that happens, it will give Trump the green light to go full tyrant, full authoritarian.
That's exactly what.
And do everything that he wants to do.
I'm sorry.
That
Did I
is
say
probably
totalitarian?
what's
I meant to say authoritarian. I'm so sorry. I'm stupid.
going to happen, because people will want that to happen at that point.
Happen because of the rhetoric, and the unfortunate thing is
that's not really, again, it's not a good thing.
If so for example, if the FBI wanted to tomorrow, they could comb through every single piece of social media, find the people that are advocating for death and violence, and immediately lock them up. Because they did it with that those wannabe ISIS members that were going to go on that shooting on Halloween. They shut that down immediately. But, you know, in this instance, they didn't. And it could be like the they didn't and they can't scenario. They want to, but they can't yet.
To have like martial law or something like that implemented, because if you think they're not going to do that, you're out of your mind. It's very easy for them to do that. And, oh, the courts say that. Well, who does the military listen to? Who do the police listen to? They're going to listen to who's in power, not the courts. So keep that in mind, too. And it's very, very easy to have happen. And it's a good thing when it's needed. Yes, if you kill a cop, you'll kill anyone. Yes, of course. And so they only need to wait. Yeah, and I think that might be what they're doing. But I think that's a horrible thing, because then you create a precedent of doing this, which is obviously bad. And you're also, in the meantime, putting all of these people's lives at risk because you're using them effectively as bait, right?
These ICE agents are simply doing a job.
ICE needs to shoot back for once. Oh, I've said this before. If anybody, if you shoot at a police officer, if you shoot at any federal officer,
I feel like
to get shot, right?
I agree, and I feel like it should be 100% lethal force. Like, they should just straight neutralize the threat and worry about the cleanup afterwards. You can't have people running around with firearms shooting at police officers. Period. No, I didn't know Tectone was part of ICE. That's crazy.
I mean, what are we even talking about here?
They're required to do.
Yeah,
and
duh.
these politicians are, elevating themselves, their status within the Democratic Party by essentially tacitly supporting this type of activity.
Then arrest them.
It's a wonder, frankly, that nobody was hurt.
It's a wonder that nobody's arrested. That's the problem. Is that if you want to stop this stuff from happening, see, people like this, all of these annoying, screeching Karens, they'll go home if they know. Do you think this could be an international?
Oh yeah, this would all stop if they knew that if they were actually going to get arrested for this, for sure. This would all stop immediately if they actually faced real time for any of this. But they keep catching and releasing these people, and a lot of that has to do with the state police and the government that is overarching the state. Of course,
Trump. Genuine question. Intentional play? I don't think so. Honestly, I just think he's doing a bad job. If you want me to be totally honest, I think that he might use it to his advantage. Like, Trump is, I think, kind of good at taking advantage of situations, but he's generally, I would say, not very great at creating a plan ahead of time. He's good at reacting and he's good at playing the cards he's dealt, but he's not very good at building a deck, if that makes sense. And I think that's my analysis of it. And overall, you're not going to get these people to get off the streets by explaining to them that the raids are okay and they're justified. What you will get them off the streets with, though, is if there is so much overwhelming force that they know that nothing that they do will do anything. And if they try to touch anybody or do anything or scream at people, they'll get arrested. And that's what needs to happen. The reason why you have all of this escalation of violence with ICE agents and everything is because it's allowed to happen. It's allowed to happen by the government. The government could easily crack down on this and start arresting these people, detaining them, and taking them to federal prisons or federal detainment camps, which is what I think they should do. And this isn't for protesters. These are for people that are violent, people who are touching police officers, people that are trying to impede the officers from doing their jobs. Just because you disagree with the law doesn't mean you just get to stand in the way of a truck and make sure it can't go somewhere.
Amen
and that's
to that.
what needs to happen. It's simple obstruction. Yeah, it's so simple. Trump needs to big dick these situations. Exactly. You have to scare these people into submission because you can't reason a person.
I agree with them wanting to protest, but you can't just stand out in the middle of a federal investigation and stop vehicles from moving. That's not how this works. Like, you can protest all you want peacefully off to the side. That's what needs to happen. Not whatever this is. This isn't even like protesting anymore. It's rioting. Like, if you did this to like a prisoner transport, they would have probably shoot you on sight. So it just blows my mind that they keep getting away with
a
this.
Position that they didn't reason themselves into. None of these people are here because they've logically come to the conclusion that illegal aliens are good for the country. They're all here because they saw some video of a crying little girl and they think that ICE agents are just killing them. That's the reason why. So you can't explain it to them. There's no point in explaining it to them. You just immediately just crush it. Crush it completely. And any hope that there's anything that you can do to stop this from happening. You take that dream and you put it in the dirt.
Yep.
Agents had to call in local police. Are they allowed or
Emotions
are they
don't
not
beat
allowed?
logic.
Like, I agree with what Asmon's saying, but I don't want to see it happen to the actual protests. I want to see it happen to rioting. Like this nonsense where they're chasing the police, they should immediately round up all these people and throw them in jail for 10 years. Straight up. You can't just go and do this to the police. It's wrong. It's just not right. Like, they're there to do their job. They may not even like what they're doing, but the benefits and the fact that they have to do their job is just part of it's what they do. That's how it is.
Sorry?
Well,
it's no different than when you treat triage as EMS. You have to black tag the people that you know just aren't going to make it, and then you've got to move on and do minor things to the people that are. That's how it is. Like, it sucks, but it's part of the job. And I know that it sucks to think of it like that or put it in that position, but
they beat logic. It's that you can't reason with people like this. This is one thing that I've learned about people that are religious, for example. You're never going to reason a person out of, like, for example, if somebody feels like they lived, they say, oh, Jonah lived in a whale for 3 days, or the earth is 6,000 years old. You can show them fossils that date back however many years. You can show them stars, and you can talk about the way that light moves, and then the fact that the stars indicate that, the earth has been here for this long, or anything like that. The universe has been here for this long. You can do everything, but at the end of the day, they never arrived at that conclusion through logic, and they will never leave that conclusion with logic either.
Yep.
You have to meet people where they are. The strongest argument in a lot of cases is not an argument.
Enforce local law and maybe fire back in a situation like this.
Well, they're certainly allowed to defend.
Oh, if somebody shoots you, should absolutely shoot them. Yeah, 100%, obviously.
Themselves, and also to arrest somebody doing that, because that would be a federal law violation as well. But it just gets so complicated.
Well, like this, you see how they're blocking the road here? That's illegal. That's obstruction. Like, you're literally impeding traffic. You're impeding the flow of traffic.
The locality, Chicago and Illinois as a whole, that are
You know what I think is probably funny? The fact that the ICE agents probably weren't even the real people that they were shooting at, and I bet it was probably just a shooting that happened in Chicago near ICE agents, and this is probably just a coincidence.
Fighting against the governments are fighting against the federal government at every step of the way, so they're really not getting the support that they need. And even the local police probably want to support them, but they're not getting the support from their upper level. So it really is just a bad situation. And again, these agents that are out there, these are moms and dads, brothers, sisters, neighbors of so many people, and they're putting their lives on the line, and they're in fact doing what they're supposed to do. And these politicians, it goes so far beyond irresponsible political rhetoric, what's been going on. And it's sad that we're going to have to be either today or down the road on one of these shows talking about some horrible tragedy that in many respects...
Somebody's going to die. It's going to happen. It's a matter of time. I'm actually shocked that it hasn't happened yet.
I'm going to be completely honest. I'm the same. Though, like, a lot of these people are taking out their frustrations on individuals with voices, not so much the agents. I think it's mostly because they know what kind of, they know what they would cause if they did it. That's for sure.
That's what I think.
Yeah, because it's a strange time in this country when law enforcement officials not only get criticized for doing their
Your
job.
ancestors came to America illegally? Yep. And how'd that work out for the Native Americans? That's not where I want to be, I'll tell you that.
But, I mean, they've had bricks and paint cans thrown at them in Chicago for trying to pick up illegal immigrants.
Yeah, it's really insane if you think about it.
Well, they shouldn't have let it. They're letting it happen.
Yeah,
and the rhetoric coming against them, they're routinely, as we talk about a lot here, they're routinely compared to Nazis by our highest level politicians, not just some fringe politicians.
I think he's got a point there. The thing is like this rhetoric is all from the top down. You've got all these well-known, high-paid political people that are literally going out of their way to scrutinize their political opponents in such a way that they are even allowing the form of Nazism to be thrown around like it means nothing. it's insanity how far they're willing to go. And to be quite frank, I feel like fascist Nazism and calling your opponent those styles of names should be banned, because if there were somebody to come up that had those ideals at its core to eliminate all other races based on religion or ethnicity yeah, that's a problem, and we're going to be desensitized from it because we're throwing it around like it means nothing right now, and it's not okay. The systematic annihilation of a race of people is not comparable to trying to deport them, for fuck's sake.
So it really does say it's acceptable to resist them and what they're doing, and it's acceptable to harm them if you equate them to Nazis and deal.
Well, I mean, again, if that's the case, then why not just escalate the rhetoric at them too? Like, the people like this will never listen until they're able to feel the consequences of their action. There's never going to be a point where they, okay, well, now we're going to understand this, and it's not, I'm going to get it and figure out what's going on. There's no way that's going to happen. It will always be the same thing every time.
Legitimize everything.
Fight fire with fire? Yeah, exactly.
They're doing, and it's not surprising that certain members of the public are responding this way.
Because then you're proving their point. Again, you're thinking in terms of you're allowing those people to dictate the conversation by thinking that what their point is even relevant to the conversation to begin with. They don't have a point. They're just retards getting mad for no reason. The only point that matters is the points that win the game. I don't care whether, oh, but see, you're proving me right. Good. All right, there you go. You should have should have watched out for it.
It is just, again, the ones that are actually doing their jobs responsibly are the ones that are attacked, which is just the ultimate irony and the tragedy of this whole thing, in addition to
What do you think Republicans should do? Start calling them terrorists? Maybe, yeah. I mean, if it was me, what would I do? If I was Trump and I saw these people doing the ICE stuff, what would I do in terms, whatever they did, I would do that. Like, I'm the kind of person that, like, I will match somebody's force, right? So, like, for example, a lot of these people that try to, publish, for example, people's addresses and stuff like that. What happens if you publish theirs?
Yeah.
Well, I bet they're going to stop it real quick.
I bet they would.
And that's the difference. Is that these people are bullies because they run unopposed. But the moment that these people meet an equivalent force, or...
Well, that's what I was saying, is like, if you're sitting here blocking police, or you're like walking behind them and yelling at them and doing all this stuff, if they like just pick you up, put you in jail for 5 to 10 years, it'll stop immediately. I mean, that's what happened to LA. They cut the funding and then it just stopped. Yeah, of course they're doing it. It's because they were doing it because they didn't have any actual backlash from it. But once the funding got cut and they weren't getting paid to do it anymore, or the police were actually doing what they were supposed to do, it stopped immediately. That's what happens when you don't enforce the law. People go rampant. It causes chaos.
An oppressive force. A force that is actually what they believe that they're fighting against.
Yeah.
They will immediately crumble. They will stop, and this will be over in a day.
Yeah, that's what happened to LA. It stopped literally in a day.
Just escalate again? No, they won't. They can't. I think that, again, everybody thinks that that's what's going to happen.
Well, you notice that in Florida, they didn't have this problem. In Florida, they made it to where if you decided to get in front of a vehicle and you're rioting like that and they run your ass over, then they don't go to jail. The same thing is that if you block the roads or anything, then you go to jail. If you attack a police officer and throw bricks at them, they shoot you. That's what they do. And guess what? The protests in Florida have been all peaceful.
Or not actually violent. They're terrified of it. That's it. Retaliate with punishments. The worse than the offense will stop it. Yeah, exactly. Wasn't a situation like that in LA? Someone docks a person, it docks dice? Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember that exactly. Investigate them as domestic terrorists? Yes. And so, and a lot that you'll start a civil war? No, you won't. The Civil War.
There's not enough people for there to be a civil war, because every time somebody throws a brick or pulls out a gun and tries to shoot somebody, they lose more and more people because they realize that they're not there for rights. They're there to be violent protesters. Like, they're not there to protest peacefully. They want violence. It's what they're thriving for.
Bigger than it was. I think that you're really overestimating the amount of people that are out here doing this stuff. You see a few hundred people go out and get mad about this. It's actually a very small amount. It's incredibly easy. I think that COVID is a great example of this. The government exercised a tremendous amount of authoritarian control during COVID, and everybody basically listened. People were mad about it for sure, but they listened. And that's always what's going to happen. People listen to authority and they listen to force.
Tragedy on the streets today.
So if this person is caught, what kind of prosecution might they face, given that it's Chicago, Illinois?
Well, the good news is there will be federal charges that could be brought, attempted murder of a federal agent and things of that nature, use of a firearm during a crime of violence. So they really are some serious federal charges, which will carry a serious penalty. Just the firearms offense alone would have a 10-year mandatory minimum. But again, your point is overall right.
That's a good start.
Overall good in that you're going to be still trying a case in Chicago where you have citizens that are really turned against ICE agents. So, hopefully you would get a jury that would convict on the facts rather than nullify these situations. And there's also a plethora of state charges, attempted murder, other types of things that could also be brought against this person. And hopefully people for this type of thing would unite and support a prosecution, and ultimately, hopefully, significant sentence would be laid out in this case, because whoever did this needs to be off the streets and off the streets.
Imagine ruining your life for an illegal. Yeah, I know.
Anyone that's thinking about doing this needs to see.
Well, they wouldn't. They wouldn't ruin their life for an illegal. That's the thing. They're doing it because they're not facing any actual repercussions for it right now.
And realize it's not worth it.
Yeah, it is fortunate that none of those agents was hit by that random gunfire or directed gunfire. Jonathan Fahey.
It's definitely...
It is going to be a matter of time before someone actually does get hurt, though, for sure. It is. It seriously is. It's only a matter of time. So this had me kind of laughing this morning.
Between a naked intruder and a landlord.
I can't even. It's so quiet, man.
One of them dead, the other with broken. A violent confrontation between a naked intruder and a landlord leaves one of them dead, the other with broken legs. This happened this morning at a Studio City apartment. A neighbor's camera capturing the intruder as he was walking around the neighborhood naked. Eyewitness News reporter Carlos Granda has the details.
This is the naked suspect just before the incident. A neighbor gave us this surveillance video of him as he comes up to her front door. You see him grab a sign that indicates the house has a security system. Then after a few seconds, he goes across the street. It was a startling wake-up call for neighbors who heard screaming and then the gunshots.
Scrambling and yelling outside, and we just assumed it was a homeless person or somebody getting into a little spat. And then when she heard gunshots, that's when she was frantically texting me like, oh my God, you gotta get back here. I have no idea what's happening.
It happened just after 7 this morning at the apartments next to the off-ramp of the 101 freeway at Tujunga. Witnesses say the naked man broke into the property. Police say he actually got into the apartment and the woman inside was screaming at him to leave. We spoke to one witness who didn't want to be identified.
I heard commotion, like a lady yelling.
But how the hell did someone break both their legs?
I looked over and it was a naked guy. And I was just like, at first I thought it was just like maybe a house fire. Like, why is he out here naked? There was an older guy in the home, and the naked guy was walking through their gate, and shots were fired. Like, I heard one shot. Then I kind of looked over a little bit, and the naked guy was on the ground. And the older guy was on the ground, and he shot him 2 more times.
Detectives say the suspect was inside when he was confronted by that 70.
That's what you fucking get, loser. You want to go around and act like a fucking crazy schizo, and you get shot and killed, then I guess it sucks to suck.
Vietnam veteran.
That's natural selection right there, baby.
Who lives in the same duplex.
The suspect approaches the male 79-year-old and body slams him on the ground.
Jesus.
The neighbor, who's 79 years old, subsequently suffered 2 broken legs. The neighbor at this time, in self-defense, shoots the suspect 3 times.
People here say all of this has left them shaken. It's normally a quiet neighborhood.
That's very weird.
And now it will remain to be a quiet neighborhood. You know why? Because the one jackass that was causing trouble, he gone now. He gone. He got snapped up.
I never thought that something like that would happen here.
There's also a report that before this happened, a man was exposing himself nearby at Walter Reed Middle School, and
Look
detectives...
at that. Look at that. Big surprise, ain't it? Big surprise. Don't you just love to see it? The trouble causer in the neighborhood got met with his own with force that he was not ready for.
We're trying to figure out if these 2 incidents are somehow connected.
I bet they are.
From Studio City, I'm Carlos Granda, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Czar Tom Homan. Tom, thank you so much for...
It's the Border Khazar.
You know, Mike's report there is a little bit disturbing when you hear that there's basically...
Hold on. Give me a second.
Okay. An all points bulletin out by a street gang, the Latin Kings, on ICE agents. Is that, is this?
Yeah, so they got the. Now they have people trying to shoot at them. They have the individual states, governments trying to get them doxxed. They have people doxing them. They have bounties from cartel members. Hey, come on.
This kind of war between our federal government and these cartels and street gangs boiling up, or is it too soon to kind of make a determination on that?
Oh, no, it's there. It's been there, and it's getting worse. And I said, you know, Joey, back in March on the Fox show, I said if the hateful rhetoric continues, especially from members of Congress, saying comparing ICE and Nazis and racists and the Gestapo, there's going to be bloodshed. The shooting at the Border Patrol in Chicago, just the latest shooting. We had a shooting at a Border Patrol facility in Texas a few months ago. That shooter was killed by Border Patrol. We had another guy showed up at an ICE office in Dallas, killed 2 detainees. He shot himself. Another guy showed up at a detention facility in Texas, wounded a local police officer that responded to the scene to help the ICE officers in that facility. Several aliens have been shot and killed during these operations. And the bottom line is the bloodshed is going to continue. As long as the rhetoric continues, especially from members of Congress, it emboldens the bad guy to take actions against ICE and Border Patrol agents.
Yeah, you'd imagine Pritzker, Johnson would do something about it.
Well, Tom, it's great to talk to you. I want to stick with Chicago right now because their illustrious mayor, Brandon Johnson, is asking the United Nations to intervene to stop your operations. Here is what he said for the UN Human Rights Council. Listen to this.
The federal government's immigration enforcement has been marked by violence and an assault on the dignity of all Chicagoans. I call on this council to hold the federal government of the United States to the same standards of accountability you apply elsewhere in the world. No country should be above international law. I urge the Human Rights Council to consider additional measures of accountability, including a special session to examine the worsening human rights crisis in the United States.
Tom, this is just pure lunacy, but what is your reaction to all of that?
He's just proving he's not that smart, right? I mean, asking the United Nations to,
Bro, like, what? What the fuck? That's so weird, man.
Nations to talk, interfere with ICE enforcing U.S. law. It's like asking an arsonist how to stop a fire, because the UN, remember, the IOM, the part of the UN, helped fund the mass migration during the Biden administration 4 years, spending millions upon millions of dollars helping that migration, international migration, come to the United States. So, the United Nations is not going to tell President Trump what to do. President Trump was put in office on the promise of making this country safe again, on the promise of having the historic deportation.
So he's trying to get in contact with the United Nations for one fucking state in America, dude? Are you on something? How this guy must think that he lives on like King of the Hill or something.
That's exactly what America's getting. Every criminal alien ICE and Border Patrol takes off the street makes this country safer. We have the most secure border in the history of the nation right now because of leadership of President Trump, the men and women of the Border Patrol, and because ICE. What ICE is doing in the interior every day, they've sent a message across the globe. Don't spend your life savings, cross the border illegally, think you're going to get away in the United States. Because of what ICE is doing, people aren't spending their life savings, putting themselves in harm's way. Thousands of people aren't dying making that journey. Thousands of Americans aren't dying from fentanyl because of that secure border. But the actions of the interior, the ICE and Border Patrol, has a lot to do why we have the most secure border in the history of this nation today.
And you're doing such a great job, Tom. Kevin Cork here. You're also limiting trafficking. People don't talk nearly enough about that. This administration has done so much to try to curtail what has been an absolute disaster for so many young women and children.
I don't know how the hell people get elected, like the mayor of Chicago, and then you got the LA mayor. Like, I don't know what the fuck. That is just... I feel like on the next elections, if they're either going to get voted out because of all this insanity they're putting through, or they're actually just cooked in those two states, man. That's all that I can think of, man. Like, I don't know what.
Now, I
don't know how.
Just a moment to ICE detainments. You may have read this. CBS is actually reporting that there are somewhere in the area of 66,000 detainees in ICE custody. That's a 70% increase, by the way, since the president took office, and it's a new record high. But there are others, Tom, reporting that ICE is now considering buying large warehouses to hold the influx of illegal aliens. And so I'm wondering tonight if you can give us any insight on this and its capacity becoming a real issue. And
Like, think about 66,000 people. Even if you had like 200 illegal immigrants in a community, that is more than enough to overturn most of the community, because they take all the jobs, getting paid pennies on the dollar, work for like 12 hours a day, and every time they go against what their employer wants, they just get thrown in their face. Well, we'll deport you if you don't do what we say. They don't take on health insurance. And for the most part, these people are just happy to be here. And then they like all get together and they buy houses up and stuff. So like what are we doing here?
You're dealing with it.
Well, I looked at the numbers about, an hour ago. We're about 65,000.
Okay.
But hold on tight, because we're going to soon be at 100,000. Right beginning of February, I spent hundreds of trips up to Capitol Hill talking with the senators and congressmen, the big, beautiful bill, telling them why we need 100,000 beds. And we're going to get those 100,000 beds very soon. And the reason why there's 100,000 beds, because an average bed turns over 10 times a year, right? The average length of stay is 30 to 35 days. So every ice bed turns over 10 times a year. Well, you got 100,000 beds, and those beds turn over 10 times. What do you got? You got 1 million. So, 100,000 beds will come online soon.
He's got a point.
So if people are having a fit about 65,000, you're going to really have a fit when 100,000 beds are online. That's what we need to do this operation. Everybody we arrest needs a bed, because we don't simply arrest somebody and put them on a plane within a half hour. They got to be bedded down. They got to get travel documents and plane arrangements and removal, itineraries put in place. So we need a bed for everybody arrest. So 100,000 beds was the game plan.
That's crazy.
It's coming soon. And when we get 100,000 beds and 10,000 new agents, you think we're doing well now? We got historic number of deportations right now under President Trump. Those numbers going to pale in comparison to next year.
Hey, Tom, it's Nicole Sapphire. I want to switch gears, go to the New York City mayoral election. It took one day for mayor-elect.
That's actually crazy, though. That's a lot of people. That's a ton of people. This is what we have to deal with in our politics now, boys. This should terrify you.
This is shocking to me. Their devices are demonic and possessed.
Everyone could use a little more sleep. That's why we created Hatch Baby Rest, a nightlight and sound machine controlled by your phone with hues that promote healthy circadian rhythms and white noise proven to aid sleep. Fully customizable and programmable to your child's sleep schedule.
But recently, my Hatch machine decided that it had a mind of its own. Many different people have come out saying that they have heard voices in their Hatch sound machines whenever they are trying to go to sleep, or they hear it in their kids' rooms as they're watching on the baby monitor, that they feel like they can hear a conversation happening, but they can't quite understand the words.
About 3.5 years ago, I started to hear things coming out of the sound machine. It didn't matter which sound I was using. Every single sound I was.
Those are the voices that come out whenever you don't take your medication like you're supposed to. So you got to be on your daily medication. You got to take that shit, man. Because if you don't,
Hearing some kind of murmuring voices, something, but it felt
Let's hear it.
evil.
Hatch is demonic. If you have a hatch, you need to throw it away right now.
But a couple months passed, and you and your husband kept saying you heard things at night. It wasn't crazy. So it's schizo, right? I mean, like.
Hi. What if the item that you purchased to help you sleep peacefully at night was changing its tune once you were fast asleep and didn't know what was going on? Not to mention, what if this product was also heavily marketed to mothers and is one of the most popular baby registry items?
Oh my
Think
God.
of it as a trusted support system that you can turn to whenever you need it.
What if
There's
the item
no
these
way.
mothers are bringing into their baby's room to soothe them was quietly whispering something sinister when they stepped away?
Bro's talking about starving people, and we've got like one of the most obese countries in the world. What you talking about, man? What?
Today, we're going to be diving into
what the fuck?
reports surrounding the Hatch.
I would like to see more homeless people be homed, but I mean, we'll take what we get.
How can anybody
Which is
believe
a sleep
this?
aid device that many parents trust to lull their little ones
no
and
way.
themselves into rest. After a video went viral on TikTok of a girl sharing her surprisingly dark experience with the Hatch sound machine, many others are coming forward claiming they've heard voices, instructions, and
Hold.
That's so weird to me. Like, I'm gonna pause that. Starving babies in America. Brother, if you got a starving baby, it's from lack of trying. There are so many programs out there that you could go to get food for your kids. It's not even fun. Even with the food stamps being shut down. Oh, shit. There's so many places you could go to get food. Like, if you've got a child and they're starving, you're not trying. Like, what the fuck?
Let me pull this up real quick, okay?
Okay, let's go back to this.
I'm gonna watch it. No, we're gonna watch the whole thing.
And I just want to give you a trigger warning that this might be a little bit creepy.
This is
It's not
as high
terrible,
as the
but
volume's
I'm just
gonna go.
warning you in case you're sensitive to that.
It's here. The season where we dabble in the dark arts, set the right light vibes, dress like a small Victorian child for bed, and regulate our circadian rhythm with restorative phone-free sleep. Hallelujah, it's time to sleep.
As you can see,
So did this girl get scared by a Halloween ad? Did she get spooked out?
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, nobody's actually starving here. They're homeless, sure, but not starving.
Oh my God.
in that video, there are
way.
a few things that we could talk about. First and foremost,
it's right in our faces. They're not even hiding it anymore. They're claiming it loudly, and many people still miss it.
Where we dabble in.
But you're not showing any. You're not showing any video or audio evidence of this supposed demon-possessed hatch. Where is that at?
Watching a Halloween movie. Oh my.
In dark arts is what they are proclaiming.
Wait a second.
A few things that we could talk about. First and foremost, the season where we dabble in dark arts is what they are proclaiming.
The season where we dabble in dark arts.
What season is that? I don't know any season where we dabble in dark arts. What the fuck you talking about? You expect me to? You expect me to listen to somebody that thinks that there is a season in the U.S. where we dabble in the dark arts? Are you talking about Halloween? Halloween, no one dabbles in dark arts. People go out and get candy. The fuck you talking about, lady? Are you schizo? You must be. What?
Yeah, it's just a joke to get millennials that like Harry Potter to buy the thing. Like, what are you, fucking retarded?
There is a woman laying in bed dressed promiscuously who is actually messing around with tarot cards.
That's promiscuous? That's promiscuous. What the fuck do you wear? A bunker gear to go to the store?
You can see that there is also crystals on the nightstand and an entity that
There's crystals? Oh my God.
Is not seen, lights the candles and sets the mood and dims the light and turns on the hatch sound.
The candles were just on. What are you talking about? What? This is my hell and I live in it. This is my hell and I live in it.
Machine. And then at the end of the video, they also say, "Hallelujah, it's here." Now, Hallelujah is an instant mockery.
It's fall. It's not mocking anything. It's saying, hallelujah, it's fall. The mental gymnastics for this isn't, it's hurting my head.
Of the Christian term, hallelujah.
Oh God, no. Here we see, this is the kind of bullshit that I had to grow up with. Stupid bitches like this used to spend all of their time taking away my Pokemon cards because they thought it was pocket monsters. This is what I grew up with. You want to talk about trigger warning? Seeing this video is a fucking trigger for me. I'm so fucking annoyed. We had to live under the tyranny of these retarded, brain-dead Christian Karens for 20 fucking years. And somehow they have returned and they are amassing their forces on TikTok. Oh my God.
Hallelujah, which actually means praise be to God. So they're saying, Hallelujah, the time to dabble in the dark arts is here. Now, if that wasn't enough to convince you that this company has demonic ties.
It wasn't. Let's hear it another one.
Fortunately, there is more.
I have a better thing, because you keep claiming that this makes demonic sounds. Where are the sounds at? You're going to make all these accusations towards a company. You fucking stupid ass. You're going to make all these accusations towards a company that's... To be quite frank, the company needs to sue this bitch for defamation. 100%. 100 fucking %.
A trigger warning for the next video because what you're about to see is very disturbing. I'm not clipping the entire video in as it is 1 minute and 30 seconds in length.
Dude,
if you would like to see the full
you could upload a full 1 minute and 30 second video to TikTok now. It's been like that for years. So what's your sorry ass excuse? It's 1 minute and 30 seconds? Oh, 1 minute and 30 seconds. Let me guess. We got to go to your Patreon and pay you a fucking $1 to pay for it, to watch it, huh?
Go to Hatch's YouTube account and look up the video Good Night Phone.
It all started when we moved into the new house.
Based on true events.
So this lady is trying to prove her fucking point using a commercial for a movie. Why do we have schools anymore? Like, seriously, like, what the fuck happened? Holy shit, like, there's no way, dude. There's no way.
No way she asked for a trigger warning.
Confusion.
Sound machines to
I'm not gonna let that whole trailer play because I could already see the copyright.
Promote their product using horror films. After seeing both.
Do you guys see?
So hold on, wait a minute. So does that mean that every horror film and every person that made a horror film, does that mean that they have ties to demons? Is that what you're trying to say? So this is bigger than what you're saying, right? Like, realize what you're even saying. Holy God.
Why letting everybody vote is such a big problem?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you understand it now? Do you get it? See, this is see now you're putting it together. Now finally I hope that we're putting this together.
Both of these videos, I was greatly disturbed because my daughter has been sleeping with a hatch sound machine in her room every single night of her life. And
the only reason why I feel sorry for that child is that she's gonna grow up being bullied because her mom's a retard. That's the only reason why I feel sorry for that person.
recently, I've actually lost the control of controlling it from my cell phone. Usually there's an app that you have that controls the hatch sound machine. You can turn it on, off, change the volume and the sound. But recently...
You know why? Probably because it was $30. And it's mostly just a piece of junk that people want you to advertise so that way you can make money. It doesn't... It wasn't designed to work. It was designed for you to buy it. Like, come on. Like, it's like, come on.
My hatch machine decided that it had a mind of its own and literally was shutting itself on and off whenever it wanted to, changing the sound, and I had no control over it in the app anymore. Many...
You have no proof of this. No proof.
Anymore. It must be the demons. It's the demons in my phone. Strong. Thinking not so believe you. Just like this. These are other bored housewives. Well,
boys, this is the world we live in. Oh my God.
Yep. It's about right.
Messages they couldn't explain as well coming from this machine. And how I even came across this video in the first place is because I have found myself on an algorithm that
you came across it in the first place because it went viral because there's too many Karens that don't have anything to do because they're all fucking Nepo babies. That's why.
have never been on.
Get a job. You'd be surprised how much time you have.
Which is mommy TikTok. Since I'm gonna have my first baby in the next 4 weeks.
their webpage, they actually state that they believe that sleep is a ritual and that we should have a nightly ritual to fall asleep to. On their blog post about making the sounds for the Hatch sound machine, they claim incorporating other sounds can give your brain something to latch onto. Zodiac sounds create a full-on experience that matches the energy of each sun sign, and they guarantee that your zodiac sign will appreciate the sounds that they make, and you will in turn sleep better because of it. I just want to let
It sounds like a $15 piece of junk that you buy because you're a fucking schizo. Nobody in their right mind would buy this. I have a friend that bought a sound machine so that way it can help him sleep, and I'm like, dude, you're a fucking retard. Just put a fan on. Like, what are you doing with your life? You're spending money to spend money at this point.
you know that I am not attacked.
Oh, dude, I'm broke all the time. Yeah, because you're spending your money on stupid shit. That's why.
A person in this video.
Like, what the
I am
fuck?
simply trying to expose the truth, which is that Satan is the ruler of this world, and
oh, Jesus fuck. Oh.
he is going to con you into believing that stuff is not that serious, even though it is.
And this video went so viral that the Hatch sound machine actually issued a response. Because guys, it seriously wasn't.
Yeah, you know what the response?
The response should be a cease and fucking desist. That's what the fuck it should be. A cease and desist with a court date.
It should have been an application to an insane asylum.
Right?
To a psych ward. Here you go. Here's a doctor's prescription for a new type of medication. Maybe this will make the voices go away. It's like, why is it that people are hearing voices and they assume it's the machine?
And just Christians that were coming out speaking about the Hatch sound machine. It's been a lot of people across the board, and this is the response that the Hatch sound machine gave.
Hatch has put out a statement after the recent backlash from their Halloween ad where some people are saying they're demonic. It's come to our attention that our recent Halloween ad may have unnerved some people. To be clear, we did not imply our devices are literally possessed by
That's the mistake they made right there. They apologized. Don't ever apologize for something like that. You notice that the jeans, the woman, Sydney Sweeney, you notice that the company doubled down and backed her? The last thing you ever want to do with these fucking morons is apologize. Because they were never buying your product anyway. You notice how this lady that was doing this entire rant, not once did she pull this product out? Not once. Not once did she have any proof of what she was saying. All these people are saying this, but yet there's no proof.
Says, we're simply trying to show how our phones haunt our souls.
We have to get rid of democracy. We have to get rid of it before it's too. This is getting. Oh my god. Oh my god. We've got to get rid of it. We've got to turn it off. Turn it off, bro. We'll turn it off right now. We gotta stop this. You're triggered? I am. I'm so, because this is the power of dumb people in a collective group. It upsets me because I know what it is. I know this evil.
And it's just because one person said it and then they got a lot of people surrounding them. You could say the most stupid shit, but if you are charismatic enough to make people congregate around you, they will believe you tooth and nail.
Eyes with unholy blue light. Really different thing. Hope that clears it up. In the meantime, here's what we're doing to address the issue immediately. Introducing the Hatch repossession program. If you're unsatisfied with your Hatch device in any way, including if you suspect there's a tiny demon talking to you at night, send it back. For every Hatch repossessed, we'll offer it to someone who's desperate for a restorative and free sleep. If you would like to receive a limited edition repossessed Hatch, comment repossess me down below.
If you're a Christian and this doesn't raise any alarms to you, being told to repossess me, not even to mention, guys,
that's kind of funny that they played into it a little bit, yo. That's actually funny. That's actually really funny.
Heavily pushed this product is.
They're repossessing it because it's like repossessing a car. It's just a term.
On children specific.
For the company, it's a play on words to kick up even more dirt. That's what it is. It was brilliant. I see what they did there. That was brilliant.
And whether or not this is true about the Hatch sound machine, it is really interesting because it's something that we are putting next to our beds and allowing it to speak to us and to play music or play sounds when our guard is down.
When your guard is down, lady, there isn't enough Tylenol in the world to kill whatever stupidity is growing within you. I promise you nothing is going to hurt you. There's nothing in the world that could possibly hurt you. I promise you.
What does the Bible say? It stresses the importance of guarding our hearts and our mind.
Wait a minute. Okay, so let me get this straight. So you're worried about this Hatch machine, but you're using a TikTok that's owned by either the Chinese or the Israelis, that the algorithm has all kinds of weird porn stuff on it and everything else, but your concern is your sound machine? While you're scrolling...
That's not even the craziest part. There are vacuums that can connect to the Wi-Fi now that a hacker looked into that show direct links straight back to China. And that's what you're worried about? Your phone is most likely connected straight to China as well. Your location, everything.
And spending all your time on TikTok. Am I the only person that thinks that this is weird, right? Oh my God. Machine is possessed because they did a Halloween ad for it.
I'm really interested, and I will see you guys in the comments. I love you, and see you for our next video. God bless.
So thank you so much for watching today's video. If you want to see more videos to help you grow in your faith with Jesus, go ahead and hit that.
Have fucking mercy, man. That company's doing better to me because I'd be sending out all kinds of cease and desists everywhere. Everywhere, baby. All right. We're going to watch this, and then we're going to roll out of here for the day. You get a cease and desist, and you get a cease and desist, and you get a cease and desist.
Department in Georgia respond quickly to a call about someone being shot multiple times by her own neighbor in their apartment building. What officers weren't expecting is the wild reason the shooting occurred.
610 radio.
Oh.
She's still in the house. She's still in the house.
Check out Midwest Safety. Midwest Safety, check them out. Midwest Safety is awesome.
Suspect is still in the house. We're gonna need to set up a perimeter. Hey, where's she at? Which
apartment C? She's still in there. She's opening up the door. She's in the apartment next to the left of mine.
Where's your hand at?
I'm C. She got hit in her wrist and in her chest.
Okay.
Oh God. Oh God. Thank you so much, sir.
No problem.
Oh God. I don't know if she killed my dogs. I hope she didn't kill my dogs. No. Oh my God. I hope she didn't kill my dogs.
Hold on.
Oh, you're gonna be okay, bro. You did get stop the bleeding. Oh. There she goes. She's right there. There she is.
Where?
Right there.
She's gonna be located in apartment B.
Okay. Tourniquet applied. Hold the channel. We're going at gunpoint.
Drop whatever you got. Drop it. Come here. Come towards me.
Well, she's being non-combative so far.
Keep walking.
I wonder if that lady was fucking with her.
On your knees. On your knees. Keep your hands in the air.
Clear. 1026.
610, 1026. Hey, get back, sir.
Clear 1026.
Stand up for me.
Where's the gun at?
It's in the house, sir.
Anybody else in the house?
Yeah.
Who?
She. Her daughter. Her and her daughter.
610 radio. Victim. I applied the tourniquet on the victim. How many times did you shoot?
Clear out the tourniquet in the
2 or 3.
Why'd you shoot?
Because the dogs kept barking.
They won't need to probably put her in a car. I'm gonna go back to the victim. They're coming. 610 radio. What's the ETA for the ambulance?
They're pulling in right now.
They're pulling in right now. Just sit on your bottom.
Check on my dogs.
They're all over there. I'm gonna just check on you more.
The ambulance is dripping again. She stopped it. She controlled it with pressure, but it's dripping again.
Here, let me tighten it.
Oh my God, I can't take it to tighten it anymore.
Okay.
Please don't tighten it anymore.
Okay.
Please.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but as an EMT, that they tell you that it's gonna hurt, and it ain't gonna tighten that bitch down until the blood stops.
You want to sit on your
ambulance? Oh my God.
That's them.
Please, are my dogs safe? Please, I hope she didn't kill my dog.
Yeah, they're over there. I don't think so, because she looks like she just retreated back in the house.
I hope she didn't kill my dogs.
Hey, can you stand up? I want to look at your chest.
This way, I don't have it. You see it? It's the right chest.
Yeah, so it's in your breast. Do you feel like it
on
penetrates?
Both sides.
Okay. Just control your breathing.
But I don't have any holes, so maybe it grazed it or something.
Yeah.
And it went here.
Any other units can slow down.
I turned around real quick. Oh my God.
Slow down.
Do you know where in the wrist? Was it in the wrist?
Right here. Right. Take this.
I don't know if we can show that. I don't know if we can show all that, man. That's too much.
Good, but the tourniquet, I applied the tourniquet, but it's, yeah, she get hit. She got hit in the chest, right next the right breast. 610. You could release the channel.
He told me come talk to the investigator.
Now arrives on scene.
Who is it? Oh, sister.
He told me come talk to the investigator. Who's that?
Okay, well, yeah, that's me, but you're gonna have to wait a minute. Where did it actually happen at?
Inside the apartment. Apparently the dogs were barking, and the lady walked in and just started shooting.
If you want to step over here in that white car, I'll talk to you a little bit more. So you're the sister, the one that got shot?
Correct.
Was she inside that apartment? You talking about your?
The lady came into my sister's apartment through the back door with a gun and said, your dogs are driving me crazy, and shot multiple times.
Okay, so your sister lives in C and has dogs, and
Correct.
she comes in.
Correct.
Anybody else in your sister's apartment?
Just the dogs.
Shot multiple times. At that distance, and she only hit that lady once? I'm already starting to see holes.
All right, supposedly C is where the incident occurred at.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was supposedly went in the back, so let's go ahead and just pull right there at that dish. We'll go behind it. Well, I hope they're in the cages. Go around that, maybe that chair or whatever. You said he was caged or not?
I can't tell.
Fire Branch Police.
You're in here, make yourself known.
What the hell you need that many damn big ass dogs for in a little apartment like that, man? That's such a fucking annoyance. A little ass apartment, you got them two big ass fucking animals, man. What the hell's wrong with you? They're huge dogs.
Fire Branch Police Department.
Clear. Probably shot more than one time.
She said she shot several times. You can see the injury there. Apparently she was sick of the dogs, but I'm just came in. Any blood anymore? I don't see any.
I don't see any.
There's a shot to the chest.
That's right. Eli said kind of right here below, and then in the wrist. But we found a couple gunshot wound or gunshot to the door. She's alive. Hold on. Step over here. Let me talk to you. My name's
Okay. She got her this place. She helped her get this place.
Ma'am.
Okay,
My name's Chad.
I'm gonna be quiet.
My name's Doris. She's at the hospital, Northeast Georgia. It's okay. It's okay to be okay. We checked on them. They're in the cages. They're not going anywhere.
I'm not good with stuff like this. I'm not good with that.
Do you want to go to the hospital? Yeah. And I'll talk to you later. Let me get your name and stuff right quick. Then that way they're fine though. Even she verified it.
Playing music, and she asked her, could she turn it down? We turned it down. We've never had no words with her, no issues with her. The dogs do bark a lot. You try to keep them as under control as possible. But to come next door I really don't know. I left out and went to work. My landlord called me and said, what's up, what's happening? And I was like, nothing. He was like, somebody called and said 2 women living together, one of them got shot and shot the dog. And I'm like, well, that ain't us. I'm at work. So then I said, but wait a minute, Fonda lived next door. Them 2 are together. I said, but their dog died November the 7th. And I know that because she told my wife that her dog died. So I'm not understanding why would you do this because of some dogs barking. If that's the case, then talk to her like you've been talking to her. I'm not even understanding. This is...
Okay. All right, well, that's all I need right now.
Hey, that is quite a crazy escalation. Like, you didn't even try to talk to them about the dogs barking. You just literally went in next door and then tried to shoot them for what? Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Those apartments shut down. We're going to do a search warrant. Do you want to go on up to the hospital and kind of stand by?
Like, dogs are annoying as shit, sure, but like, I don't think someone deserved to die over it. Goddamn.
Doing that.
Okay.
But why does my house need to be searched for what? Ty didn't have
because the shooting occurred inside there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's gonna take. What really sucks is it's gonna take them hours. It could even take them days before they undo that.
Okay. Are you gonna be able to drive to the hospital and be okay?
You all right?
That sucks, man.
Let me get your story real quick so you can get on your way.
Okay.
Okay. What's your first name?
Alexis. I literally pulled up.
By what time?
11:30, and I walked in, literally took my purse off, took my headphones out of my ear, set the phone down, bent down because the dogs were barking, of course, to say hey to the dogs, and I felt the back door open, so I turned around, and she literally came and said, your dogs are driving me crazy. Pointed to my sister, your dogs are driving me crazy. Bow! I said, come on, we gotta get out of here. Oh my God, we gotta go. She put it on her slides. On our way out the door, she shot again. And then that's when my sister said, I've been hit. So we ran out, we came up here. I'm telling her, hold it.
You come out of the front door or
the front door?
Where did the lady come?
She followed us. She came to the door, opened up the door, stood out the screen.
The front door or back door?
The front door. I thought she was maybe chasing us at first, but she stopped at the front door at C. And
But I mean, initially she come in the back door.
She came through the back door.
Okay.
My sister was just sweeping off the leaves off the back porch, so the screen door was closed, but the door was
open.
Gotcha.
So she just invited herself in, and so we came up here, screaming, call 911. She been shot. I'm telling her to apply the pressure. When I looked back to see if she was chasing her, she was still standing in the doorway with the screen. Just walked up some more. Like I said, I didn't know she was. I got shot in my chest, and when I looked at it was a hole. And I just kept hitting. So I don't know how many times she shot.
So when the suspect just first walked
right
in.
by the in between the walkway between the kitchen and the bathroom.
That's crazy.
Okay. So she lives there with her and Charlene?
Yes.
Okay.
And the 2 dogs.
Okay. And I'm sure they're scared.
Yeah.
Okay. So on the couch.
Was cracked. The screen door was closed.
Okay. So and then she opened it up and come in, and then your sister was standing in the hallway, sort of between the bathroom and right there where the kitchen is or whatever.
I think she was putting the bag. I bought her a pumpkin pie and like some snacks and stuff. So I think she was on her way to the kitchen. It looked like.
And she just shot. How many times do you think she shot?
Definitely more than once, but I don't know how many times. After I heard the first one, I just said, "Come on, we got to get out the house." But it was definitely more than once.
Okay.
Damn, that's crazy. You just having like a normal day, and then you just end up in the hospital because of some schizo next door. You got to take them people, man. You got to put them in the deepest, darkest hole and make sure they never see the light of day again. 100%. As a society, we shouldn't be forced to deal with people that are just going to walk next door to their neighbors and start shooting up the joint.
The investigator now arrives at the police station to interview the suspect.
My name's Chad Ford, F4D, vehicle. Today's date is November 29th, 2022. The time is 16:34. And you go by Fonda? Yes. All right. Well, have you been in law enforcement before, or you?
I have.
How long did you do that?
16 years.
So you?
He was a cop.
Talk to people, investigated people, and all that, interview people, so you kind of know how this
Yes,
works.
Sir.
Right. The first is you have the right to remain silent. Now, I know you got bags.
But I'll try.
Placing paper bags over the hands of a suspect is usually done in homicide cases to preserve evidence such as gunshot residue from being lost or contaminated.
So
That's crazy.
How long have you lived at this address over here?
Since April.
You live with
Melissa.
Melissa, is that your wife or is it?
Yeah, it's my girlfriend.
Well, she's safe. Of course, the kid's safe or whatever. We always make sure of that. Kids.
Yes.
What's her name? I didn't get a chance to talk to her.
Marty. I don't know her last name.
Oh.
I call her Mo.
So do y'all usually hang out together? Are you friends, or how's y'all's relationship?
Her wife doesn't really like me. I really don't like her wife. So.
What happened today? I mean, what's the deal?
I haven't been sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Very agitated, having thoughts of the dogs. I haven't been able to sleep in days. If she's not playing her music, the dogs are barking. Just lost it. Just got tired of it.
And what did you do to, as well as I do, it's better to get stuff off our chest and just...
I just picked up my gun. Her door was cracked and I walked in and started shooting.
So how many shots did you...
I don't recall, to be honest with you. I want to say 2 or 3. And I think I hit her.
What kind of gun you got?
9mm.
Where do you normally keep that gun?
Above the stove, where the kids can't reach it.
So did you say anything before you started shooting, or?
Yeah, I told her to keep. I told you to keep these things quiet, these dogs quiet.
So which door did you go on, the front door or the back door?
Back door.
Back door. Who did you see inside when you walked in?
There was some other girl in there with her. I'm not familiar with her.
Where was she at?
I want to say she was to the left, and Marty was forward in front of me.
So you intentionally pointed the gun at her to shoot her. But what happened then?
I think when I fired the gun, it didn't hit her. I think it went to the right and hit the wall. And then she was running out the door, and I shot.
So she was a cop for 16 years. It's a good thing she never had to shoot at anybody. Hell, you'd be like a starship troop. I mean, a stormtrooper standing there with that damn gun, bro.
So you took off after and chased them as they went out?
No, I wasn't chasing. I stayed.
Stay right there.
I stayed right there. They were the ones running. Is she okay?
I hadn't heard back on the status yet. She's still alive.
Where was she hit?
I'm not exactly sure. Did you not really think about the other people that was in adjacent apartment?
I was gonna say, like, if you shoot a firearm inside of an apartment, it could go through the wall and bounce off studs. It could have even went back into her own apartment and struck the child that was in the other apartment. Like, whenever you shoot a gun like that, where the bullet could end up, it can end up anywhere. Like, there was a Marine that fired his gun up in at the attic 3 or 4 times, and one of the bullets ricocheted off the attic beam, came back and struck his wife and killed her. And it's like, you can't just do that unless you intend on actually hurting or killing somebody at the other end of the gun. Like, it's just bad, man. Like,
the one next to her has a little 2-month-old baby.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Your intentions was to kill her, but then you also have all these other people. Plus, your girlfriend is in the other apartment, and her kids.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever shot weapons much, or have you?
Somewhat.
So you know how a bullet can ricochet and how they.
Well, yeah.
I mean, 9mm is it can.
A 9mm is the worst at it. A 9mm bullet is designed in a way that it's supposed to go into your body and ricochet off of your rib cage and off of the bones that are in your body to cause more damage. Typically, you want to go with a 45 if you want like actual stopping power, 45 and higher. But a 9mm is designed to, not make a big hole. It's meant to grind up, not necessarily like push back. It's not meant for penetration.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How many guns do you own?
That's the only one.
That's the one. Where'd you buy it at?
Flea market, I think.
I mean, the dogs are in a cage. I mean, you were an animal control officer. The dogs really bothered you that much, huh?
Well, let me put it to you this way. I haven't slept probably I can't even tell you when I've had a full 4 hours sleep.
But not every one of us go to that extreme. You ever been arrested before?
No, sir. And I worked at Atlantic Beach Police Department, basically just patrolling the beach area.
The animal patrol, was that at Jacksonville Sheriff's Office or Atlantic Beach?
Atlantic Beach and Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Both.
Do you feel any remorse for it?
You gonna say no? You gonna say no?
I mean, that's what we're here for.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm just had enough. Just kind of done.
So where was your girlfriend during this?
She had just woken up.
Did she know that's what you were going to do?
I don't think she did. She was trying to get her eyes open, and I started getting upset, saying I'm tired of being woken up by these damn dogs, and she didn't know I don't think she knew I had the gun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what she knew, to be honest with you.
Well, why try to kill Mo instead of the dog?
She kept.
But you always.
Yeah, I did. I went over there one time, I think, and I said, I knocked on the door. I said, please, I'm begging you to turn the music down. I can't sleep as is.
Have you ever did anything like this before? How long have you had the gun?
I've had guns off and on.
Which is nothing wrong with it. I'm a pro-gun person.
Yeah, probably had it maybe a year and a half, 2 years now.
How old are the kids over there?
One's 12, one's 9, one's 5.
Damn, 3 kids?
I do not.
What did you do after they ran out the door and you walked towards them or chased them, however you want to put it?
I went next door and told Melissa, I guess, heard the gunshots, and she started crying. She goes, what did you do? What did you do?
Did you go back out the front door or back out the back door?
I went out the front to see where they went.
What did you see when you went out?
They were standing up by the mailbox, and then they had, I guess, went further up the street. That's
did
where.
You shoot again or anything out of that?
No.
Did you say anything to them then?
No.
So if she was sitting here, was able to come in right now, what would you say?
What the hell did she think was gonna happen? Like,
what would you say?
I don't know. I'm just agitated. I don't.
what a fucking schizo,
know
man.
what I
She's
would
completely
say.
schizo.
How long have you thought about doing this?
Month, 2 months.
Is that because of you not being able to sleep, or I mean the dogs?
It's sleep. It's everything.
Is there something else going on in life that is causing it?
I mean, you got to keep in mind this lady had those 2 dogs, and then then she had 3 kids in that apartment as well, and then those 2 dogs next door, and the music that lady was doing. Like, I mean, it's not a good excuse at all, but I get it. But what she should have done instead was like just kind of like get away from it. Hell, even go to the beach. She could have went to the beach and tried to get some sleep there. Like, you can find places to go relax and actually catch some Z's. Like, come on.
Not used to
You
having.
gotta shoot somebody for that.
IRS is on my ass for 8 to 10 grand.
I wish they hadn't come to that, but I mean, it did. And I appreciate you being cooperative and letting me know.
I'm just being honest. If you turn me loose tomorrow, I'd probably go shoot somebody else.
So
What the
now
fuck?
that you shot somebody, you feel that you might go back and shoot somebody else. But you never tried to kill anybody before.
No.
That's crazy.
I
What
guess
the
that
fuck?
made you feel good to be like, ooh, relieve some pressure here.
I don't know about that. I'm tired. You
I
ever
can
just
see that.
You ever just get tired?
Oh yeah.
Where you just
We all been. I've been doing this for 26 years. You've been doing it for 13. Yeah, I guess tired. But you have to find a way to get through it. And of course, there's always help, and sometimes it's hard to find that help. I get that.
I don't have any help. I don't have anybody.
You know what sucks it even more? Is when you get all these privileged assholes that are like, oh, you should go see a psychiatrist, or you should go see it's not a psychologist, it's some other person that you can sit down and give you can hemorrhage money to that you don't have because you're too busy trying to pay for your fucking bills. It's like, oh, but you could go do these things. Yeah, you can if you can afford them. If you can afford them. Not everyone can afford them.
That's not a reason to take somebody else's life.
I know.
And you know you're going to be under arrest.
I know.
The victim, who was shot in her chest and her wrist, was treated at a nearby hospital and eventually recovered from her injuries.
She could have just talked to me about it. I mean, it's not much I can do because they bark. But I would have tried to think of something, you know, if it was disturbing her like that. But I asked her on several different occasions, like, I'm so sorry the dogs be barking and, you know, they get a little loud. She's like, oh, no, they're fine. I don't hear anything over there. For what just walk in my house like that.
It sounds to me like she just snapped. That's what it sounds like to me. I think she just said the dogs for whatever reason, and she just kind of went with it. It sounds to me like she just went straight up schizo. Like she snapped. She even just admitted that she would do it again. Like, nah, man.
The suspect, 57-year-old Fonda Spratt, was arrested and charged with 2 counts of criminal attempt to commit murder, home invasion, and aggravated assault. On September 15th, 2023, almost 10 months after the initial incident, Fonda pleaded guilty to all her charges. She was ordered to pay $2,000 in restitution to the victims and must perform 40 hours of community service. She additionally was sentenced to 65 years.
Oh, she ain't getting out.
To be in prison, and the remaining 38 years are to be served on probation.
Oh, she ain't getting out of jail. She's gonna die in jail.
She'll be 84 years old when she is released on probation.
She ain't getting out of jail.
42% of Americans.
Nah, she ain't getting out of jail. That's it. That's the way it should be right there. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Put her in jail. Throw away the key. Yes, sir. All right. I'm rolling up out of this bitch. I'll be back on tomorrow. Bright and early, same time, same place. I gotta get off. I gotta edit out all these videos. Stay safe out there. Stay friendly. Don't do anything crazy. Try to put a smile on someone's face. You might change their whole day or their whole life. Who knows? And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good rest of y'all's day. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Wow.